Hey guys, good evening. Welcome back. Welcome back to our channel. How's everyone doing? Always hello to you over the farm. How una day? Good afternoon. Good evening. Welcome. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò yìí o. A kí yín o. I greet you special. I hope you are doing all right. Thank you so much. Happy weekend. I didn't know that you guys in America are having a long weekend as well. Wow. We are actually having a long weekend. So we've been enjoying ourselves here. We had a show earlier on this morning. I can see some people that were here. Lydia was here at that time. It was quite early. Chidima was here. Welcome back, Chidima and Lydia. Neka was here. How are you guys? I got some rest. Honestly, today is a day that, I didn't do nothing. When I finished that show, I ate, I went to lie down, I watched just a few shows, and then I slept. I just literally woke up an hour ago. You have a long weekend in Canada last week. Oh, I see. Welcome, everybody. Actually, salute. It's Memorial Day this weekend for you guys. I see. That's good. We are going to be enjoying ourselves this weekend with a lot of shows then, because I've had shows set up back to back. So I'm going to be here tomorrow. I'm going to be here on Monday as well. So prepare for a weekend of marathon. Welcome, and salute. And thank you, everybody. Give us a thumbs up, please, as you're coming in. Thank you. Has everybody had a chance to listen to that interview? I'm talking about the exclusive interview that was aired on this podcast called Dear Future Wifey. I have never seen that guy before. It was my first time of stumbling into the interview because it was trending on social media. People were talking about, this lady, the young lady, Danaya Jackson. Now, wow, things are happening, my people. So I had to go check the interview out. I was very, very interested in this case because we covered it when it happened, when Derek Jackson, when he got into trouble for all his cheating. And I haven't listened to the podcast. I listened to both the first part and the second part. Like I told the people who were here this morning, I took my time to listen to the whole full interview because I wanted to hear her speak. And oh boy, did she speak? Hey, Jesus. How many of you watched it? Did you catch it so far? Okay, you seen it, eh? Yes, I recommend that people should listen to that podcast and hear what this young lady had to say. This woman had a lot to say. She had a lot to say. So apparently, what I gather, mm, what I gather from that interview is the fact that, like, very typical, she already knew that Derek was cheating. As a matter of fact, if Tasha K didn't out him publicly, I think she will still be in the marriage. I am very, very confident that she will still be in that marriage. Honestly. But of course, when something becomes public, then it's more difficult. Yeah. I don't know. I had mixed emotions going through my body when I was listening to her. Because all I could think about was this Mongo Park really, really targeted this young woman, and he knew what he was going for. Okay, so it's not every woman that will attract this kind of man. I'm not saying that any woman is exempted from, Mongo Park or falling into Mongo Park. Yeah. Even the smartest women, the most beautiful women, the most well put together women, the most assertive women, you know. Yeah. He was it the one that asked for divorce? Joyce reality say he asked for the divorce. He was the one that asked for the divorce. Hmm. Oh my God. It was a lot. It was a lot. So starting from what when they met. I mean, we're not going to play the whole video like Man of Prestige did yesterday. That I was going through it. I don't have the power to do that. We're just going to summarize it. Yeah. What I can see from when she started talking, she said, "I knew other women's body more than I knew my own." So she presented with a lot of. Let me put her picture here before we play the some just a little bit of the interview. I'm not going to play much of it. Let me just put her picture so that you can get what I'm saying. So this was Denaya when she was married to Derek. These two pictures on my right, and this is her now in her healing journey. Hmm. You see what DV does to people? I really, really appreciate the fact that the host of that podcast, made sure that she was well put together. They did makeup for her, she was dressed well. It was simple but elegant, and God will bless that. He's a Christian, isn't he? I think he's a born again Christian. The 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 person that owns I don't know what his name is. Um the person that presents that the podcast. Wow. Amazing stuff, man. Amazing, 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 amazing. So, all I can pick up from when she was talking was low self esteem, thinking that, oh, I should be grateful that he picked me. Yeah, he picked me. He picked me. We talk about this, he picked me, that women will be celebrating. Eh, his name is Lateras Whitfred. Oh, okay. Thank you, Chidima. It was the first time I was seeing him, but I think he's doing a good job. The way he handled the interview, it was amazing. He laughs a lot. I've seen someone that laughs more than me. He was laughing quite a lot. I think the way she was coming across, she sounded very sassy. She was throwing shade here and there, and the guy was just laughing. Mm. All I can see screaming, screaming, screaming at you from when she started talking, how they met in college, how he was cheating even back then, and everything that went on before she still married him was low self-esteem. Thank God he chose me among all these babes. So she would look at him and she was like, this dude, he's tall, he's dark, he's handsome, and he chose me. There are actually women like that will celebrate the fact that they are chosen amongst. Oh my God. That they will always be celebrating the fact that they are chosen when a guy has multiple girlfriends, of which it's not hidden. You've either caught him or you've seen the other girls, you've seen it. It's on your face or in your face. And then out of the blues, he decided that, you know what, I'm gonna marry this one. This one will be able to put up with all this. She's not gonna challenge me. We're talking about assertiveness here a lot, some weeks back. Guys, please give us a thumbs up. It's gonna be very, very engaging conversation tonight. We talked about assertiveness for a while, why people were saying that we're talking about how somebody said that assertiveness is a sign of low self, is a sign of is a negative masculine energy, that men don't like women who are assertive. Somebody said that, but I know it's not all men. He was speaking for himself. Okay. Yes. She said that she had self-image issues, like she was a proper fat girl, she's had trauma from growing up, she suffered from some DV or forced career, all that. But she also said something, that she was a very shy girl. that she was very shy. Remember we talked about shyness the other day, and I was saying in our culture, mm, people think that being shy is a sign of good behavior. It means you are a good person, that you're a good girl, especially girls. When you are shy and almost withdrawn, and there's a difference between shyness and being quiet, or being reserved, or being private. Adanma, you want to start wahala this evening? Oh, I don't. I said, Igbo men have left the chat. I don't think it's all Igbo men. I think it's one particular brand of that. What's that man's name? From Anambra State. Somebody broke it down to me on that video that there's a group, there's a tribe within that one area in Anambra that like those kind of, women are meant to be seen, they are not meant to be heard. Yes. Ekene. Mr. Ekene will never be forgotten on this platform. Ekene, Bishop Ekene, traditional man. Yeah. Yeah, it's not everybody that some men like women who challenge them. They like women who push them. They like strong women. Some men like strong women that have very strong character, personality. And because you have a strong personality as a woman doesn't mean that you cannot be feminine. Okay? So it is possible for you to have, you are assertive woman, but you retain your feminine energy, because when it comes to dealing with your boo, it's a different ball game. You can put on your whatever energy that you display, out there in your place of work, outside. But when it comes to, I've seen women like that, I have friends like that. When it comes to the romantic relationship, the man that they love, you will see this woman that is, she will just become something else. Like, I have a friend like that. Where her husband is, oh my goodness, she's a different person because of the love, because of the respect that she has for her husband, because of the way, the relationship with her husband, very good relationship. With her husband, she's a different person. So it's quite possible to be assertive, and you're also, a submissive wife, a wife who you're not trying to control your man, you're not trying to, rule over him. Yeah, assertiveness. Cynthia, remember we had a few shows talking about assertiveness. Yeah. I think in the spectrum of shyness is in one corner, assertiveness is on the long edge of the corridor. Yes, what is the meaning of assertiveness? Assertiveness is the ability to speak up for yourself. Just it's the way of speaking up. It's being able to speak your mind, being able to speak up in a honest and respectful way. That is even the way that it is. I googled it this afternoon. It's just ability to speak up. If you listen to this woman's story, she couldn't speak up for so long. At a point when they were having all these things, that the man confessed to cheating with 11 women. 11 women. Those are the confessions he made, though. Well, what about the ones that he didn't confess to? You guys know these brothers. If he's confessing to 11, maybe the list is way longer than that. She said at one point that she had to take off because he left her in their mansion and went and started living in his condo. And then he was having different women. He was sleeping over there. He would give excuses. Oh, I'm working. It is work. It is this. It is that. Yeah. Chidima, yeah, I can see you seeing the interview. She said she kept saying that he has a spec and it wasn't her. Yeah. She said that his spec is dark-skinned women. Yes. And she even said at a point that the last baby she had, who is a girl, is dark skinned, that she struggled to love the baby initially because she was like, do you have to go and look like the women that your dad likes? I'm like, well, I mean, it's an innocent child. The father is dark skinned, so why are you relating it to all the women he's frolicking with? But she's a woman going through a lot of pain. So, and she also said that she suffered a lot from postpartum depression. She said she has it really really bad, and she has 3 kids. Before this whole drama, she had 2 kids. So he didn't marry his spec. Yes, Chidinma. He didn't marry his preference. He chose to marry a woman who is subdued in nature. And Derek is not the only one on this WhatsApp group. Oh. That's why we want to talk about how Mongo Park peak. They know what they are looking for. They know what they want. They don't want somebody that will even question anything. Remember, I can said I went to Nigeria. I'm not saying it's Mongo Park, oh, but an example is that he said he went to Nigeria many times. I couldn't find a wife in the whole of Nigeria. He said, no, that the good girls are not out there, it's the bad girls that are out there, all these girls, you know. So, but you guys also know that there's a discussion on social media now about how some brothers will choose not the women they love. They will choose a woman who they feel will be grateful for picking them. A woman who will be able to put up with anything, any BS. Maybe someone with some issues, low self-esteem, you know, and who will feel like, I caught a speck. I caught a big speck. Out of all these pretty girls, he chose me. Yeah. I think she had her first baby before they got pregnant. Yeah. I'm telling you that there was no way that from everything she said, I don't think this guy loved her. I don't think he even saw her that way. I think he just married her because she was pregnant and he claims to be a Christian, or because she's the kind of woman that would just zip her mouth and get on with whatever. And she did. She did for a very long time. So, Shyness, all of you parents that are listening, please, let's try to raise children who have confidence, okay? Not children who are shy and timid, that they cannot express themselves. And when they want to express them, they will keep quiet, keep quiet, keep quiet. They won't say nothing. And then when they want to express themselves, they'll start tearing. We'll just see them start busting out, they start crying because they cannot use words. It is difficult for them to express themselves. When you cannot express yourself in words, it is a sign of lack of confidence. Yeah, yes. Olurami say Auntie B, looking at the picture of him and her, she looks like a depressed, unhappy, lack of esteem woman crying for help, smiling and suffering in silence. She looks like, this picture. I think this is the one that really made a lot of people very upset, because this interview was done after they've put his business out there, after they exposed him. And it was another blogger that exposed him. That troublesome one they call Tashake. That's the one that Nicki Minaj sued. That woman is so used to trouble. I think she eats and breathes trouble. She doesn't get tired. Oh my God. Anyway, she was the one that put everything out there. And it wasn't a shock to her because she already knew. Hmm? Luxury said that to be some black men YouTubers the like of O'Shea Johnson are blaming the lady that she participated in it and she should have chosen better. I don't know who that is. But yeah, there is a point in there that, she did participate. She did. It's not completely her fault. It's her nature. Nature and nurture comes into play. And that's why we are talking about how Mongo Park choose. Mm. Was it Cardi B? Was Cardi B that sued her? I don't know. Somebody sued her, Sha. Maybe it's Cardi B that sued her. Yeah. I know she's always having all this legal thing. All these legal challenges. Yeah, he was cheating. Chibebun said he was cheating before they were married. She knew that. That's what I'm talking about. Pick me. He picked me. See, when somebody is doing something before marriage, don't think marriage is going to change it. Mm-mm. No, it's not. And it's not going to change because of marriage. Marriage does not change nothing. And let me quickly read what PK had to say about this because I think it was very relevant. I don't know if he was making the tweet regarding the situation, but I think it was relevant. This is what he had to say. Hmm? I liked what he said. I'm a fan of PK. I follow him, and yeah, he's teaching about relationship and marriage are quite awesome. Yeah, this is what he had to say. Let's just go through this before we listen to a bit of the interview. PK said, men don't treat all women the same. No, they don't. A man learns from you what he can do to you. This is coming from a man, no. So if you want to argue, argue with him, not me. But I believe 100% that men do not treat women the same. And we say it all the time on this platform. It is what you allow that will continue. So a lot of women will keep quiet and say, "Ah, if I say something now, maybe he will dump me. Maybe he won't marry me. Let me just be quiet so that I will be like a good girl." That is permission to carry on bad behavior. If you are dating someone and you see some things that you don't like, for instance, we're talking about cheating now, you have to say something. You have to let the person know that, no, Ogbani, no, this is not on. This is not allowed. You can't do like this. But if you knew that he was like this and you permitted it, then he will continue. It's almost like brothers are testing women. They will test women to see, okay, let me see what she can take. Sometimes I think that's what some brothers do. They will test you. Some will deliberately test you with other things to see how you are going to react. They want to see, if you are put in a situation like this, what would you do? So you are the one telling the brother, this is how you will treat me. I'm okay with this. I'm not okay with it. You are the one. So my advice to all of you young ladies here who are single and searching, dating, you know, you are not in a bad marriage yet, thankfully. Please, you need to teach your man how he will treat you. You don't need to be rude, you don't need to be disrespectful, but you can have a conversation. Dude, we're in this thing together. I think you have feelings, I have feelings, all the feelings are finglings and going on, but this is a deal breaker for me. I would not tolerate this. I won't do it. You can't do it. If we're gonna be together, this is a deal breaker. If you do it, we are done. Simple. He will get it. If he doesn't get it, he can forget about it, right? The problem is that some of you ladies don't know that you have a choice. Some women don't think they have choices. They think, if not this guy, if this guy don't marry me. No, you have choices. You do have a choice. Confidence, you need to have that confidence in yourself that, you know what, I'm a beautiful girl. I value myself and what I can bring to the table. I'm educated. I've got a job, I've got income, I've got a business. And I'm a blessing to any man. So I am a full package. I mean, it's a way of you saying you're reaffirming your value without being arrogant about it. It's not arrogance, so it's not pride. It's knowing who you are. We had that conversation once upon a time about people knowing who they are. The problem with women like Dana Jackson is that she never knew who she is. I don't know if she still knows who she is. She's quoting a lot of scriptures. Remember when the thing came out, she came out and did a video and started cussing everybody. She was quoting scripture. Sam, she was quoting a lot of she was quoting a lot of scriptures and cursing a lot of people for not leaving her marriage alone. She reminds me of Annie Dibia. Leave my marriage alone. Give my marriage a break. But the marriage is breaking you. Everybody can see it. But you cannot. So it's a way of you saying to the man, no, you can't treat me this way. I am better than this and I have options. Don't make men feel like if this one does not marry me, I will never attract another man again. Women who are 50, 60, they are still attracting men. It's all about your confidence, the way you carry yourself, the way you value you gotta value yourself. List all the good quality you have. Even the little ones like the ability for you to cook. That I can cook and take care of a man is a good quality. That if I cook this ofe nsala, like Uzo would say, I cook egusi. I'm going to cook egusi for I cook egusi for my husband. I'm a good cook. You've got so much that you are bringing in. So don't make yourself an option. Don't make yourself an option like waiting to be picked. So you need to tell that brother, this is who I am. I know myself. This is how you're going to treat me. This is how you're not going to treat me this way. Okay? Because I will not tolerate it. Look baton. If you first say no do again, make it no do again. Because at the end of the day, do you really want to end up with somebody that the marriage will be like the marriage that Derek Jackson had with this the denier? Do you want it? No, I don't think you do. Nobody wants that kind of marriage. Okay? Pique went on to say that men like to be challenged. And if you as a woman, you don't set standards, you are setting yourself up for abuse. Standards. All these things I'm listing now is your standard. You got to have standards. Some women don't have any standard. Anything goes. I know women like that. I know a woman like that. She can date anybody. Nobody, she doesn't have no in her dictionary. Anyone that want to date her, she will agree. It's not good for women to be proud. Okay? Don't look down on people, on men especially. We are talking about romantic relationships, right? Please give us a thumbs up. If this thing is entering your if you are feeling me, guys, you are feeling me, then give us a thumbs up. Yeah? Don't be proud, ladies. Don't look down on men. But you gotta have standards. You've got to have standards. Men have standards. They know what they are looking for. A man will tell you, this is what I want. This is what I want. They are very, very upfront with the standard that they have. That's why I like men. Because they know they hide their own. But women will often feel that, oh, if I show my standard now, maybe it will be a turn off. Maybe he will not toast me anymore. Maybe he will not like me anymore. Maybe he will go and look for somebody else. If he's looking for somebody else, you too, you cannot look for somebody else. Now let him be the man for this world. Kai, come on now. Girls, don't limit yourself. No, don't. Don't limit yourself. You got a lot going on for you. You are beautiful. You are educated. Your mama trained you well. You know how to take care of. You can take care of a family. You know that you will bring in so much value into a good man's house, a good man's life. You know the value that you carry. When you know the value that you carry as a woman, that any man will marry me, he life go change for better. You carry Bakassi, I don't, I don't know, thank you. Whether you carry big Bakassi or small Bakassi, it don't even matter sometimes. Because it's not all about the physical look sometimes. But if you can't get them and a man where they like Bakassi and Peninsula, you get them. Even if you're not big, enjoy the one when you get. Some people still they where they like small one. Be proud of what your mama gave you. You gotta have standards. No, have standards. Desperation is too much. There's too much desperation. No matter how desperate brothers are, do you know what? They don't marry below standards. They don't. That's why you see some brothers, their parents will be arranging one Ngbe KY for them. They will just tell the parent, Eshe gone you, thank you. But no, because they know the kind of woman that they want. Men are never afraid to go after what they want. You women, you will be doing, I'm a good girl. And no, so that they won't say I'm too choosy. And then you settle and settle and settle. At the end of the day, you start saying, he broke my heart, he broke my heart. Yeah, have your standards. Standards are very good. Men have them, women should. Okay? PK also said that women think the nicer you are to a man, the better he will treat you. But that's not how it works, yo. It doesn't work like that for men. You've heard stories when people come to share, no matter how you are a Mongo Park. If somebody is a Mongo Park, they have narcissist traits, being nice to them means jack. It doesn't mean nothing. You are the one that tells him, this is how you treat me. Let's use verbal DV as, an example. You are dating somebody and they start calling you names. Okay? It starts from dating. Most of these things usually start from dating. You're dating somebody and they say, I see you with this big head. Now, wow, see as your breast is just small. They will say it jokingly, but you will be laughing. But that's actually not all right. It's not. Okay? A lot of women, if somebody says something like that to you, somebody that you are in love with or somebody that you are in a relationship with, you will be hurt. That, why is he saying that? They say, they know they play with you. They joke with you now. Person know they play with you. How you go fifth me tell you say your goal are small? I say, now wow, this is your small bowler. You know, just see where they see big bowler. Go carry. Why your own just small? If you say that to a man, you don't finish. Ohun tí ò dá ò dá. That's what Yoruba says. Don't play with people like that. So if somebody starts that kind of erekere and they want to start using your body parts to be throwing shade, and they say they are playing with you, no, you tell them, no, I don't play like that. Don't say things like that to me, please. If you were testing the waters to see whether I would take it or not, let today please be the last time you say something like that. I don't appreciate you saying things like that to me. I tell you, once you nip it in the bud there, it will never happen again. But because you are so afraid, you are desperate to be picked, because you be tomato that is in a supermarket, because you don't know yourself, you don't love yourself, you don't know yourself what, they will be giving you all this complimentary insult. Say, now wow, big bear, big bear. See as you dry like bunga fish, you go dey laugh, you go dey laugh. If they don't say you dry, maybe they go look for a rubber now, or rubber they out there. So PK is teaching you ladies, anything you know that you are not going to live with, do not tolerate it. Stop it once it happens. Have a conversation around it. Be polite. No shout, no vex. If you dey vex, no talk. When you are talk, when if you dey vex, like if you provoke, don't say something immediately. Because when you are angry and you speak, you tend to say the wrong things that you know. You will not speak. You will not be coherent. You will just dey talk out of points. And now that time they come accuse you, say you did emotional. Somebody, I don't hear one movie when the man tell and say, is it that time of the month? Is it? He asked the woman, he says, is it that time of the month? Which is another insensitive thing to say to a woman. Is it that time of the month? So don't speak when you're upset. Let it go, or just walk away from the situation. Then have that conversation when you've calmed down. Have that conversation that, you know what you said, it doesn't actually sit well with me, that you are calling, you're using, the thing, this so and so that you said, it doesn't sit well with me. How will you feel if I say something about your physical self and I compare you to other men? How will you feel? So it is not acceptable. If you know I'm not your spec, that you like people with big bakasi that have gone to do their yash, please go and look for those ones. I'm not ready to do my, except you want to do yash show. If you don't want to do yash, you get small one. You want to manage the small one when God give you. Make nobody yab you, because small yash they shake. Oh Jesus. Small your shake. Oh my God, guys. You are not giving me super chat though. All of them they praise me. I can't see super chats. Let's see some super chats if you are enjoying this. We've not even reached the video set. Chai, I'm talking too much. You people are not liking. I can't see super chats. Kilo day. Okay, let's move on quickly. So PK said the difference between these two women is their standards. Standard. It is not pride. You know what you want. You know what you can live with. You know what is good for you because you are a woman of value and you are bringing value to the table. Thank you, mommy. Thank you for that super chat. God bless you. Yeah, guys, keep it coming, oh, because we're having a master class today. Timothy, thank you, darling. I appreciate you, my doctor in the building. And finally, PK said, it is you as a woman that would dictate how your relationship goes with a man by the standard that you set. Standard will help you set, it will help you to sieve out the time wasters from the real ones. Men respect standards because the average man has his own standard. Okay? The average man has his standard and they are never ashamed to tell you what their standards are. Okay? And his expression, thank you so much for that super chat. I appreciate it. Yeah, you guys are making me feel good now. Keep them coming. We have a lot to cover, like I said. So, I'm going to go through a few things. I had a few things that I wrote down. We talked about shyness, about self-esteem, assertiveness, and we also talked about confidence. Okay? If you notice that you are not an assertive person or you are somebody that's naturally Chinye, thank you very much for that super chat. Yeah. I'm feeling the super chat now. I'm feeling it. Thank you. Yeah. We gotta have standards. Men have standards. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. The one wey be your own no go pass you, go appreciate you. Not be your own men. They run away because you set your stand. You tell them. I respect you and I expect to be respected. But you see, when you allow that behavior to continue, you just quiet. Somebody goes, yab you anyhow, they call you names. When you marry, at that time, he go tell you the story of your life. He go curse you away, curse your papa, curse your mama, joiner. You know why? Because when it started during dating, you didn't stop it. You permitted it. You allowed it. And you know, when small people they do something, you don't stop them. If they try something, your pikin they try something, you let them. It will continue. But when you tell and say, this kind of thing, you never do this kind of thing again. You give a small tap for him bum bum. You go no say, if I do this thing, I go chop cane. So very, very important. I like that the fact that she talked quite a lot about therapy. She said she used therapy. She said at a point that she had 3 therapists. I mean, how do you stay in a marriage when you are seeing? She says she's seen videos. This man was not just carrying other women, he was recording it. He was recording it. Ọlọ́run jọ̀ọ́ o. Ayé àwọn èèyàn ní sùúrù o. Some people are very patient sha. Mm-mm. Low self-esteem is very bad. It's very, very, very bad. Tina, thank you very much. So let's take a bit of that video now. Low self-esteem is terrible.
What you done seen,
Right.
what prompted you to start looking through his phone?
I would always get like a feeling, or he would touch me different, right? So after most rape victims are very sensitive to touch. And so any sign of him touching me, any type of like any different, I'm like, there has to be some there has to be somebody else. There has to be,
You're
right?
talking about with a change of a touch.
With a change of a touch. There has to be, right? And so I would go snooping around because I'm a snooper.
I never imagined my public healing would.
She's a snooper. She says she's a snooper. She will go and start snooping around. You see, there's a conversation today on social media on whether you should snoop or not. Incidentally, I think the pastor in Nigeria, Pastor Sarah, was saying something about how women should leave their husband's phone alone. They should respect their privacy. I know a lot of people don't agree with that, but I'm actually in that WhatsApp group. I believe you shouldn't snoop around. Because, like she said, if you listen to her, she said, if you seek, you will find. She said, whatever you are looking for, you are going to find it. She said, I'm a snooper. And the funny thing is that when she was snooping, according to her, yeah, all the snooping around she did, everything she found, she didn't do nothing about it. She couldn't confront him. She couldn't. She did not confront him. So what's the point of snooping then? I know a lot of you don't agree with that snooping thing, checking phones and all that, but I just believe that it's not necessary. I don't do it and I don't believe in it. That's my own personal stand on it. But some people will tell you that if they are suspecting, that's how they can find out. So if they have their suspicion, then they should go and snoop. If you suspect he's doing something, then go and snoop. Okay, that one, okay, I understand that. But I generally believe as long as they are not hiding their phone like they are carrying into the bathroom toilet, they cannot leave it for 1 second. What am I looking for? I don't check. I don't. So that's a conversation that a lot of people they disagree with me on. But that's my stand on it as well.
A lot of people that come and they've been DMing you and trying to get you to come on their platforms. Why have you said no?
And while I was introduced to Christianity and actually did have some roots in the church, you know, I had to figure out that on my own. I had to identify with Christ and believing in him on my own. And so when I was younger, I had a belief in Christ, but I felt like I was doing it more so because that, you know, that's what I was supposed to do.
Right.
You know, you're supposed to believe in God. You're supposed to do this. And I'm very shy. I'm very reserved and laid back. But
Did you see the 3 words? I'm very shy. I'm very reserved. I'm very laid back. Only one person. Shy, reserved, laid back. That's a lot of attributes that are not necessarily positive for someone to have.
then at the same time, you can get a side of me that's very just like let's throw some spikes in your hair and like just go, you know, do something completely odd that nobody's expecting. So you kind of get a range there. And so that's me pretty much in a nutshell. Very reserved. I'm very loyal. Sometimes clearly to my own detriment.
Yeah.
And so that's a little bit about me.
Well, when you
Okay. Like I said, we're not going to play a lot of it. If you want to watch it, it's on YouTube. It's not necessarily. Tony said, Auntie B, you don't check because that one has nothing to hide. It comes with authority. I've always been like that, to be honest. I don't believe in, even when I was younger and dating, I don't believe in checking a man's phone. Yeah, I've always been. That's just my personal preference. I don't want to check. What am I checking for? If you are doing something, you will still find out. Remember that I grew up without phones. Okay, maybe that's why we didn't have mobile phones. Mobile phones came later on. When did Obasanjo brought mobile phones to Nigeria? When 1990 what? 1997, 90. No, not 97. What am I saying? 98, around 1998, just when I was about to graduate. That's when mobile phones came. So what would you have done if you were dating prior to the time of mobile phones? No, it's not 2000, Bumi. It's not 2000. There were mobile phones. Was it 2000? I think it's around 1999. 1999, around 1999. I was doing my youth service then in Abuja. And I was a full-grown woman already then. So, what did women do before mobile phones came? How did you find out? You will still find out. So this is where I'm going. Cynthia just, you hit the nail on the head. You will go snooping around, checking your husband's phone or your boyfriend's phone. You will find what you are looking for, and you will stay there. So what's the point? You are not going to leave. You know you are not going to leave. So why are you checking? So I'm just like, you know what? I don't need to. So I usually advise women, as long as it's not like he's holding the phone into the bathroom, he's always having his phone, he cannot leave it for 1 minute. I won't even ask for password. I don't know. I don't know. Was it 2000 or 1999? Okay, maybe it's 2000. I don't know. I can't remember. So it's quite recent that we had mobile phones in Nigeria. 1999 to 2000. So if you are one of the snoopers like Denaya, I will say to you that be prepared for what you will find. And also, because I feel like when you are checking, you're snooping around, you don't have a plan B of what you are going to do when you find whatever you are looking for. And you know, women, we have this sixth sense. Yeah, we have a sixth sense in that we always know when something is not quite right. We will know, right? But what a lot of people don't prepare for is, what are you going to do with that information? If you think there's something going on and you go snooping around and you find it, what are you going to do with that information? So for all the snoopers in the building, all of you that like to snoop, to check your partner's phone, to check your husband's phone and all that, I will say to you, I don't believe in it. I don't think you should, but I can't tell you what to do. You are adults. You can make your own decisions. If you feel you need to do it, then also be prepared for the consequences of snooping. Okay? There are consequences. Aha. Someone like Tosan said, I will leave immediately. You will leave immediately. Okay. If you say so. Be ready, oh. Be ready for what you are going to do thereafter. I'm sharing my link, guys. Let me take a little bit part of let me take a little part of the part two. I think it's from part two, because the part one was basically talking about her childhood, growing up, the struggles she had with her, in the family. She had abandonment issue with her father leaving and all that, going to college and everything. But in part two was when she actually went into it.
I became a shell of myself. I didn't know who I was. I actually have a couple posts on my page where I have a post that says, I knew her body better than I knew my own.
Stop. Let that sit there.
I knew her body more than I knew my own. I knew her body more than I knew my own. That one, he entered my head banger. She also said in that interview that she started seeing all the Akerewa videos and she would try to recreate them. She would try to dress like those women. She would try to do her hair like them. She tried to, do Kerewa like them. Do you know the level of like, you lost yourself completely? You don't even know, you don't even exist anymore. Do you know how low you have to go for you to see videos of your husband Kerewaing other people, and you are trying to be like those other women? Yes, Cynthia. That is how deep, that is how much this woman had to go through. And there are people like that, though. Maybe it's not Kerewa videos they are watching, but they see their husband side chick and they are trying to do competition. They will be doing competition, try to dress like them. She said, so that he can see me. I was trying to make him see me. But you see why it didn't work? Because from the beginning, she never set the standards. She allowed it. So at this point now, their marriage they've got 2 children. But there's nothing for him to. You've already allowed the behavior for so long. It's too late. She didn't leave. She didn't do nothing. She stayed there. She also said in that interview that at some point when the cheating was so much, another thing I wanted to touch on, She said she took her bags and left and drove with her mother to go and live with her mother. She left the city where they were living. I wanted to talk about finances as well. That was a big part of it I wanted to talk about before I forget. Because when people start calling in, I won't be able to, I won't remember. Did you notice that during the interview that this lady said that her phone was cut off? She said that they cut her phone off because they said that they were having financial issues. You are living in a mansion. She knew nothing about the finances. She quit her job to become a billionaire, a millionaire's wife. Whether he was a millionaire, I don't know. I don't know, but he was living the life of a millionaire. You see how women set themselves up for failure because your husband is an author. He's doing doing talk shows up and down. He's big on YouTube. You decide to quit your job. You have no income for yourself. They cut your ordinary mobile phone. Ordinary mobile phone. You couldn't afford the bill because it wasn't paid. You had a mansion and a condo. And the interviewer was asking her, "Babe, how do you say that you are broke? You don't have money. Is it that the bill was not paid, or is it that you didn't have the money?" She said she didn't know. She said she didn't know. She doesn't even know what the situation was, that she was just told that there was no money, that they are going through financial situation. You see how women make themselves, hey, Jesus is Lord. I don't even know what to say. So you are just living in the mansion, financial crisis. God bless you. Ice, you are here today. How are you? That they were having financial crisis. You are an educated woman. You went to college. Obviously a very smart woman. And you don't know how money is being managed in your household. You know nothing about the finances, that they cut you off. They couldn't pay your bill. And you don't have money to pay your bill. Ladies, please, let's not get ourselves to this position. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ torí Ọlọ́run, mò ń bẹ̀ yín ni. Never ever allow yourself to get to this position. I don't even know whether to say it's shameful, or I don't know the words to use to describe it. It's too much. Nah, it's too much. It's too much.
You said you knew another woman's body better than you knew your own.
Yes, several women. I knew several other women's bodies better than I knew my own. And I spent a lot of time, like I went in such a deep hole where I was like studying these women. I would go to their profiles and I would study their pages and like what they wear. I knew when they had met up. So I watched their videos of them having sex. So I would try to imitate that and recreate that in our relationships so that he could choose me.
That's it there. I would try to recreate that so that he can choose me. Wow. Yeah. That is the level we got to. Yeah. I hear you, dear star. There is nothing as terrible as a woman not having her own money. No matter how rich your husband is, you can never tell how tomorrow holds. Yeah. I will recreate the videos so that he can choose me. She said at some point that she kept wondering, why can't you choose me? Why can't you choose me? I'm doing everything to please you. I am being like these other women. Why can't you choose me? Because you chose what doesn't work for you. And you think it's every woman. That's why I like what PK said about women don't treat all men the same way. Because she's already set the tone over the years for this man called Derek Jackson on how he can treat her. Now, how many years into the marriage? Oh, they change it now. You can't change it. You can't. You've already told him that he can walk all over you, that you will take anything. That's why we're talking about, assertiveness at the beginning. If you are just joining us, give us a thumbs up, guys. That's what we're talking about. You need to speak up. Set standards. This is what I can take, yo. This is what I cannot take. Men set their standards all the time. Don't be afraid. All this pick me thing. Let it depart from your mouth. Because I not see any woman when know herself that you know your value and you are talking about pick me. What is that? Pick waiting. You be tomato. Where did they pick? And ladies, please understand something. It is not every brother that is for you. Yeah, I like what Rebecca Hills is saying. Even nobody chose you, choose yourself. I love that. Yeah. If nobody dates you, date yourself. Sisters, brethren, date yourself. If nobody loves you, love yourself. This pick me thing. Any Obodo fan, please, I'm begging all of you, Tori Olong, let that not be your language. Because I want to believe that we have women here and men here who know themselves. You are a blessing to any man. Mm? You know what the Bible says? That he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains. You obtain favor. You are the favor. You are the one that carries the blessing. You are the one that when you miss that man, his life will change for the better. Do you know what you carry? You don't know. That's why you need to know yourself. Not pick me. Pick me? No. You are not beans. You are not fruit. You have a choice. And it's not everybody that wants you that you want. Yanko, do people know that it's not everybody that wants you that you want? Ladies especially. Some ladies, once they propose, they will start running up and down, jumping up and down. I was listening to one Q&A the other day, and one woman said, one girl was in the church, and she said that I'm in a relationship with someone that is in a relationship with his ex. I'm in a relationship with someone that is in a relationship with his ex. And you are still in the relationship. Doing what? What are you doing there? Because you know that kind of a thing. This is why I keep saying that brothers will always test the waters. They will test you to say, okay, I'm still talking to this ex. So if the thing was so sweet, why did you break up? He doesn't want to let the ex go. And you have told him by your action or inaction that, okay, I'm all right to be in the corner while he carries on with his ex. I like what it was PK. It was from PK's channel that I saw it. He was so upset. It was like, you need to run away from that kind of relationship. Low self-esteem, low self-esteem is why people will be saying, he picked me, he chose me. Women, you have a choice. You have a voice. Don't feel like somebody is doing you a favor by marrying you. Both of you are coming together to better one another's life, to build a life together. You are going to contribute to that life. You will contribute significantly to that life because you are the one that has the womb. You will carry his seed. And another thing I wanted to add on top of the finance matter. Women, how many times we don't talk about here? Get your own money, oh. Get your own money. I don't care whether your husband be Dangote. You better have your own money. Have your own money. It's very, very important. If they don't pick you, pick yourself. Choose yourself. Love yourself. Confidence is attraction for some men. They love it. Women that are confident, yeah. Remember how Adewale is always telling us here that your womb is the most important gift that you can ever give. Choose who you are giving your gift, that gift of your womb to. Another thing I want to add to it is that, you see, all this choosing and picking that we're talking about when it comes to romantic relationship and commitment, marriage and all that. When you are looking, because men do this thing, when they are looking at a woman, they are looking at, is this the person that I want to be the mother of my children? Does she have the character that I want to see in my children? Can she raise children? Does she have the DNA and the genes that I want to see in my children? Men are like that. That's how men think in details. They are very, very analytical in their thinking. So as a woman, you too, when you see a brother that is coming and saying that, you are in a relationship, they like you, they want to marry you, whatever, be looking at him and his lifestyle. What you are seeing, do you want to see that in your son? Do you think this man is good enough to be the father of your children? Or is he exhibiting characters that you want to see in your own offspring? Because all this thing is deep. Oh. When you have children, that's when you will realize that things are passed down in genes. Your children will do something sometimes. It will be like it will just be a carbon copy of what the father would do. You'll be like, how do you why are you too much like your why are you too much like your father like this? Naim Bonam. Naim Bonam. So what you don't want in your future children, when they are looking at that brother that wants to come and marry you and you are busy celebrating that they pick you, you better be sure that it is the characteristics that you see that you want in your children. Otherwise, whether you like it or not, Oma pass any. Is it the genes? It's in the genes. It will pass it down. You go collect. Okay. One last one. Then I take calls.
And want me.
I never imagined my
Yeah. That was yeah.
Jira software is a
Which one are they now? Okay.
First got married, he did a video on YouTube where he was actually live on YouTube, and it's still I don't know if it's still up there, but he talked about our marriage and how we got married and all that. And then Don't Forget Your Crown, he talks about me and him and our relationship
that a
and us
book?
getting
What is
married.
it?
Yeah, that's one of his books, and he talked about us getting married, which was his number one like book outside of A Cheating Man's Heart series.
He wrote a book. Oh my God, D. D, how are you, my love? You said, Auntie B, I'm tearing up listening to you talk. You are really onto something deep with this. Many women are going to receive healing, affirmation, and reinvention from this. Amen. That's the whole point. We're here to learn from this woman's story so that you don't recreate the same thing. This man wrote a book about a cheating man's heart. I share he was writing about himself. He was practically talking about himself. A cheating man's heart.
I got something for you.
I saw some shade right there.
But
She said a cheating man's heart.
it is. It's called A Cheating Man's Heart, and it's the 3-part book. Outside of that, Don't Forget Your Crown is right there where he talks about me and us. My name is all up in the book, and our relationship, parts of it are in there.
He said parts.
And so
the man be throwing his little shade up. You got to catch it because you just toss it out there a little bit.
I am a woman of God. Like I have integrity, and
she said parts of it.
It is. It's the truth, though. There are parts of it in there, and parts of it are true. So he did talk about it a little bit, but it was not this, how we see most people like, oh, this is my wife.
Yeah.
You
ain't gonna see no Gabrielle and Dwayne Wade type of stuff, right, or Sierra and Russell.
Right. Right. And then when I started asking for that, it was like, you gonna make the block hot? And I'm like, I don't care if I make the block hot. I'm your wife. And
he's gonna make the block hot.
So
what did that mean to you? What do you mean by that when you say you're gonna make the block hot?
Well, by the time I was really like forceful, like, hey, you need to take a stand for who if you're saying you want me, you need to take a stand. I need to see this translated. And it was like, well, it's like, okay, I'm just coming off of this, gonna make the block hot, like I had to let go of these people and they're gonna be upset. And I'm like, I don't care.
Let go. What are you talking about?
The women.
He didn't tell you that. He didn't tell you that if you come out and share, if he comes out and share that y'all are married, that he would have to let go of women.
He was saying that he had to let go of these women, right, behind the scenes. I'm gonna make the block hot, or he's gonna make the block hot, or I'm gonna make the block hot for him posting me after he's let go of these women because their feelings are gonna be hurt, right?
Are you talking about women that you knew?
So he's talking about, letting go of the women, all these women, is like negotiating. Hey, Egbami, you are negotiating, letting go of women, and you're a married man whose main selling point is about relationships. I don't think you guys understand though. This man is not just the average Joe out there. He is a relationship expert. That's how he made his money. He was giving talk shows all over America, writing books up and down. He's on YouTube, according to Ola, pandering to women. Anyway, go and watch it. If you don't learn anything from tonight's show, I want you to learn that, people are not doing you a favor because they want to marry you. Marriage is honorable. It's two adults who know what they want coming together because they want to build a life together. And you are going to contribute to that life. Okay? So you two, you need to know what you want. It's okay to know what you want and ask for what you want. Don't settle, because brothers do not settle. They don't. That's a fact. They know what they want. Very, very important. So give us a thumbs up. I'm taking some calls now so that I can take a break. I've spoken for 1 hour. Jesus. Okay. It's going to be a long weekend. Right. We have President Peter Obi in the studio.
Yes,
Hello, Mr.
yes.
President.
Area. How
Ah,
are they? Sister
how are
B
you?
of life, my
Now your
darling.
new name be President Obi.
Yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Ah, welcome,
Assuming
oh.
I
Long
can't
time
greet
no
you
see.
today, especially. I know. Now it
Eh?
made me enter today. I said, no, this I must enter
Everybody don't
studio
ask
just
of
to
you
come greet
tire.
you.
Now say Obi don't carry you go.
He don't
I know
carry
say
me
you
go
dey
where I
okay.
know.
I know say you dey okay because I dey see all your 5 hours, 6 hours live stream. So I know say you dey okay.
Absolutely. Me say they see, but I'm not gonna get chance again,
I
But
understand. The struggle is real.
it's real, it's real. So and we have to stay on top of it. So we thank God. We
Well
thank God.
done.
But Sister B, I've missed you. I just wanted to come and say hello to you. And then when you were
I've
now
missed you too.
saying,
Oh. I've
when you
missed you.
were
I
now
never see you. This struggle when you find yourself put someone here. I never see this kind of thing before. When you know they take break again, no. It's like
I'm
now only
telling
Obi
you,
matter. You carry Obi
man,
matter like this. There's no retreat, no
I'm
surrender.
telling you, no.
They even they talk to person again because of Obi. Ah.
My sister, yeah, Eberiwoto. I want speak my language as if now. Sorry, Mona no verse. Obodo fam, greetings so specially. I've missed you all too. Oh. Mona notice I don't miss una tire all our hot gists going back and forth in the comment section. I really I miss all those things, but I go find time come again. But it is, sister. But when you say when they keep snooping around, I can't remember Snoop Doggy Dog. Hey, now cause I can't go listen to the music as you talk about. I say, now true Snoop Dogg music. It's in there. I know. I think this lady is a young lady. When he married this man, he young. I don't
They
know
are the
how
same
old she was.
age. They were the same
How old
age.
is she? How old is she?
I don't know her age. I'll Google her age, but she said
Okay.
something that I think the guy is just 6 months older than her. They were born the same year.
Okay.
Mm,
Okay. So, and
mm,
people grow at different points in their life. I think
yeah.
she's been very naive, and it depends again. Even here, some African American, they always insist that their daughters get married. So when they see person, when they want marry like that, they go do anything just to be with the person. The same way when for Nigeria, they carry marriage put for head. For Nigeria, you can lose yourself in the process of trying to get married. So I think that's what happened to this girl. I think she needed to learn her lessons and grow. I think it's part of her growing pains. I really don't want to castigate her. This is where I'm coming from. Even though, yes, she's at fault, she should have known better, she should have made a different choice. But I think based on where she was coming from, maybe I'm assuming now, and I could be wrong because I really don't know much about her. She may have met him when she was very young, and maybe that was all she ever knew. Just like we see of what's her name, Two
She
Faces
said they
wife.
met in college, but I think the guy
Aha.
was way more exposed than her.
Than her. Exactly.
Mm,
So that,
yeah.
and then she was idolizing him, right? She was looking at, oh, dark, handsome, whatever, not thinking about what matters, the core of who a person is, focusing on, which happens here in America. A lot of focus on the physical. They say, damn, did you see that body? Did you see forgetting that there's more to it than meets the eye. As in, it's not just about you looking good and having a good body. It pass all down one. You can have a good body to come and be pounding the woman after you don't marry and finish. You can use a practice, or you can have a good heart. So in this case, I think that she was very extremely naive, and she got carried away by what she fantasized about this man that she was married. So even though she was in the marriage and she was putting up with all kinds of balderdash because she wanted to stay married to the man, it really, I mean, when she said that she was comparing other women, and then trying to that thing, I was like, oh my God, that's zero self-esteem left. Zero. It's all gone. So
That one shockatalized me, I no go lie.
it shocked me. I was like, I've never heard that before. So I just think there's a lot to learn from her scenario with this man. And I hope that young ladies coming up value yourself. Is so important. When you place a lot of value on yourself, you will avoid unnecessary trash from people. And this whole this time that we're in, I see a lot of young women. It's all about packaging, all about getting the man that has this and that. It's much more than that. If you focus so much on that, and when people talk like Sister B, you said it all. Oh, there's really nothing that I can add to what you have said, to be honest. Because I listened to the part where you were really breaking it down. I hope that everybody listening would listen to you intensively and understand where you're coming from, because you said it all. Every woman, every young girl that wants to get married, or even if you're middle age or whatever age you are, if you place value, it is the value you place on yourself that people would respect you for. And that Pastor Kingsley said every man, now what you want me, man, how man want take, how you want me man respond to you, now I go respond to you. If you put yourself down, make man walk all over. Experts at it, they go do them well. They go even add percentage, join now, tax, join now. But if you put value on yourself, they go think twice. Some of them, if they see you, they will say, no, this one will not put up with my BS. So they walk away. But when you don't do that and you're trying to pander and say, hey, it has to be me. After all, it's going to choose me outside of all this bunch of girls that are running after him. Guess who's going to lose? You are playing the tails. You are playing the tail story. You are not playing the head story.
Absolutely.
If only women would know that you're playing the fact that he's choosing you for a reason. Why? Because you can put up with all the BS.
Yeah,
In
because he
Nigeria,
was
I've heard
dating
men.
other people. He was dating other people when he was
Yes,
dating her.
exactly. So you're giving him the opportunity, and you've laid out the red carpet for him to run over you like a trailer. That's exactly what happens, and that's what we see happening with women, especially these days. I mean, back then, yes, but even these days where you expect that people will know better, you have to learn to place value on yourself first. If anybody is coming to you, they have to either say, I have to work to get this person's attention, or I have to work to let this person see value in me. Otherwise, most men don't care. Most of them come to you thinking they're doing you a favor, no matter how good they look. Most of them have that mindset. They're coming to you like, oh yeah, I'm doing her a favor. You hear stories about these passport bros. Why do they go to other countries? Because they go and look for someone who's going to put up with all the BS. When they now start, well, they get shocked wherever they go. Now they're coming back and they're trying to twist the story all around. Women, put value on yourself. That's all I can say. There's more to life than meets the eye. When you meet someone, not be eye candy alone. Look for the inside. What is in the inside? Even the person has a dad bod, it's better. If the person has a dad body and he treats you well, which one do you prefer? Do you want someone who's going to treat you like trash, or do you want someone who's going to treat you as he should, like a human being? So as women, we need to, because there's a lot of work that women need to be doing, especially now. It's not like before, where women didn't have the rights and the access that they had. Now the world is bigger. So what role are you playing in life? It is because women make the world better. Those who know what they should be doing, they make the world better. So if you're spending a chunk of your time thinking about a man that is so fantastic looking and all of that, you are wasting your talent. You're wasting the vision that you have, the solution that you have to provide to the world. You waste all that time staying behind a man who does not see value in you. I tried to watch that Two Faces video. I could not go through it. I could not bear the thought of your wife is right there. You're telling her that it is the language that your kiniko understands. I mean, you go where it's maddening to me that women would allow themselves denigrated just because they want to be missed. It's very painful to watch. I don't feel watch them. I couldn't watch it, So that's all I just wanted to say, especially to come and hail you, to come and greet you, because I haven't been here in a while, and to let you know I miss you so much. I see the good work you're doing, I'm your biggest fan. Outside, inside, I'm there all the time.
Thank
So
you,
Sister B, I love you. I
I
go
love
drop
you
am here.
too. You do
Greet
well. Thank
Adadiwa
you.
for us, and
I
your
will.
handsome sons.
Thank
All right
you.
then.
Take it
Uh-huh.
easy,
Bye.
oh. Thank you.
I
Okay.
will. Thank you. Bye.
All right. Bye, sweetie. That is Amoye, aka President Peter Obi. I don't even know say now Amoye be President Peter Obi now. He's serious. This activism is in Amoye's blood. She found her calling. It's nice to hear your voice again outside politics. Okay, the next person in the studio. Thanks a lot, Amoye, for calling us. We missed you. Open Floor by Tima. Where you joining us from? Welcome.
Hey, Queen B, it's embarrassing. Oh. I
Oh,
just
is
changed my
this your
screen.
new name? Why
I know.
everybody is changing their name? I'm going to change my name too. I must change my name.
No, we like your name. Keep your name, Queen B. Just keep it the way it is.
I'm
You're
changing my
doing well with
name.
it. It's. I was I was at a Man of Prestige yesterday. It's really sudden that a human
Yeah.
being can go through that, like the trauma that comes with that. And the thing is, if you are, whether a man or woman, if you've been through this kind of a situation, even something similar to it, doesn't have to be exact way like hers, but something similar to it, you cannot do anything other than just feel sympathy for her and feel her pain, because she went through a lot, right? But let me blow some people's bubbles here. And this is for people who are not in this kind of situation yet, or probably they are already in the situation and they are finding it difficult to turn back, because that's the issue. When you find yourself in there, you are having trouble to turn it back because you feel like you've put so much into it. Oh, all this wahala I've been doing, or I need to reap the labor of my, the fruit of my labor, whatever it is. If you find yourself in that situation that you're having trouble to turn it down or to turn back, check yourself, like, what kind of control are you trying to do here? Who are you trying to control here? The person you are dealing with or the feelings that you are having? Ask yourself that, because at the end of the day, it is it is hard to believe that most women that deal with men like this, including myself, what had happened in the process is we were trying to control something. We were trying to control something about the situation that is not serving us anymore, or it's never even serving us to begin with. So what do you do? Step back. Step back. And when you do step back, you need to mean it. You cannot go back and forth with these people. This Mango Park, they like back and forth. That's what they do. They enjoy the hot, the cold, the hot, the cold. There's never anything in between that. They don't like when it's lukewarm. Is either it's gonna be hot, hot, or cold, cold. And I'm talking about the trauma they bring for you. There's nothing lukewarm. There's nothing normal for them. Are we gonna um, fight, and then we are not gonna talk to each other for like in the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and then somehow without resolving the issue that you started with, you are right back at each other's arm. That is what they do. They love that kind of chaos. They live in chaos. And then you talk about men having that they deal with they know what they want. And this Mango Park, sometimes they don't know what they want. They go by whoever, anything that have holes in it, they want it. Okay. But at the end of the day, if you end up with them, you are the one that's gonna get the because you are now the most intimate partner that they live with, they sleep with, they eat with. You will be
I
the
said,
one that's gonna say that
I
again.
said, men,
I mean, go
I
ahead.
said, men, I said, men know what they want and go for what they want. And we are talking about standards in that regards because a lot of women don't have standards, but men have
So
standards.
right. I mean, of course, men have standard, and they have no trouble following their standard. Okay. We
Yes.
women, we are the ones that like to go back and forth, and we second guess our own standard, or we go into a situation even with our standard, and if it doesn't look like what we like, we cannot give another chance of, okay, maybe it's not. Or we look at things, maybe we'll get better another time. Maybe it will get better another time, until you get to the point that you can't turn back. Until you get to the point now you are wearing the trauma all over yourself, and then you feel like, maybe I should do this, maybe if I change this, maybe if I look at like this, maybe if I and maybe if I look at his phone, everything is gonna keep coming, like slowly and for surely. Before you know it, you are in it, and then you are another person entirely. If you find yourself in, let go of the control of that situation. Just let go of the control of it. And I know you say, oh, it's not easy to just let go. Yes, it's not. Believe me, it's the hardest thing you're probably going to have to do for yourself if you want to save yourself from them. And it's not even the Mango Park, even in your own private life, even in the professional life, whatever relationship you're having to anyone. If you give people opportunity, learn how to control your mouth, learn how to listen to your feelings, learn how to listen when other people are talking. Just look at them and give them the chance. Let them talk themselves out. You will get to know them. They will expose themselves to you if you listen enough, if you are patient enough, and you just watch them. Let them make fool of themselves right in front of you. The problem that we have as a women is, the moment we jump into relationship today, we are thinking of the marriage the next day. So we did
Yeah.
not give ourselves the opportunity to even see, who are we dating, who am I about to get married to, because we already fantasize about how many kids we're going to have and how our life is going to be, and all of that. It kind of blocked out our own, for us to see who is this person that I'm dealing with right now. Because trust me, one thing, Mango Park is very good at a lot of things. One thing that they are not very good on is revealing, because eventually they reveal themselves. The situation is, are you in control
Are
of
you,
your own emotion
are you
for
paying
you to see
attention?
them?
Are
Are
you
you
paying
paying
attention?
attention? Yes. Are you believing what you are saying? Are you believing what you are hearing? That would be the question that everybody, you as a person, need to ask yourself. Because if you do, trust me, once they try you and they see that you are not responding the way they want, or you are not reactive to whatever they are trying to do to you, they go away. And when they go away, sometime they will come back in the next 2 years or 3 years. It doesn't matter for them and test you out again. Once they know
Yeah.
they can't test you out, they go away eventually.
So
But
you
it's up to
believe,
you as a person.
yeah. So you believe that Mongo Park, they know the kind of women that they go for. They,
Absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
They have a lot of them, and they will forever have a lot of them. Trust me, they're never alone. That's one thing I want people to understand. This
Mm-hmm.
Mango Park, they can't bear to be alone to begin with. So they will have women, men, whoever, every corner where if you're in another country, they have them there. Anytime they go there, they always know how to hit them back. They
I'm,
have in
I'm
the state where you.
I'm sure that Derek Jackson already has a girlfriend or he's dating now since his divorce. Even with
Oh,
everything that's happened, you think women
did
will
you see
still
the
not?
picture? Yeah, did you see the picture of him and the other women? Do you know how he ended up coming out to say the marriage is over? Because he get caught with another woman somewhere holding her waist in some kind of party somewhere. And people like, oh, I thought you guys were reconciling and together. So he couldn't take that anymore. He just came out and said to the world like, oh, they were not together anymore. That was what happened. He didn't come
So
out
apparently, he was the one
intentionally.
that even asked for divorce. She would not have even divorced him.
You know why? You know why he asked for divorce? And yes, she's not going to ask for divorce. Let me tell you why she will not ask. She herself, she is in her own spiritual journey of this confusion that she found herself. Okay. And what she did at that particular time is she managed to let go of that control on her part of wanted to fix it. And Mongopa doesn't like it. They want you to want to fix it every day, all day. Once you let go of that control of, or now you don't care. You yourself, you don't care now because you are trying to work on yourself, trying to understand how you're going to do it. And once they see that you are not responding the way, there's nothing else for them to do than to discard you.
I
You
mean,
got to go.
yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Umbasi, for giving us that. Somebody, I don't want to say you are a good student of Man of Prestige. They can tell that you are a man of prestige. You are in tune. You are properly in tune with your talking, your line of speech, which is completely all right. But the thing that worries me is that you see, no matter how bad you say a man is, women, our gender, chai. Look at Nick Cannon, the modern. What's his name? Is Father Abraham of the modern world. That is having children. They are always eager participants. Women will always participate. Women will always, no matter you say this man is did. And it comes down to the standard as well, because if you flip the coin, no, it's not so easy for women like that. Especially if you've been in a very public scandal like this, where things have been said about the way you treated your husband, you were this, you were that, you cheated. 11 people, he confessed to cheating with 11 people. Bere. Imagine. So it's always going to be a man's word. All the other men will be like, no, I can't go near this woman. No, 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 no. It's a bro code, right? But you see, women always happy to participate with any BS. Any. You see them lining up. Women, we are our greatest enemies, Jare. Thank you. Mercy, I appreciate you for calling. Let's move on because of time. Debbie, you're next. Welcome. What do you have to say?
Hello, Bridget. Good evening. Thank you for a lovely show. Um, I I want to say two main things really. I want to speak on behalf of, not on behalf of, that's not the right word, but to encourage women with the personality type that is reserved and quiet and peaceful, right? Because I heard somebody spoke to me some time ago and said, but I'm naturally quiet. I'm naturally, reserved. That's just who I am. I've been like that from a child. What I would like to say in encouragement to them is, please, can you also learn assertiveness with that quietness? Can you take out time to educate yourself? don't be an ostrich. Go out of your way, read the books, join the groups online, YouTube channels like this one, and
Mm-hmm.
just really learn and really become that assertive person who knows who you are. Know your standards, write them down. Bible
Mm-hmm.
says, write the vision, make it plain upon the tables, and
Mm-hmm.
don't let the pastors determine your vision, because you see sometimes pastors have this agenda, it seems, from back in Nigeria, where they want to marry off every young girl. So what if you have to wait because your standard, the person that meets your standard hasn't come? So
How
that's
is
okay too.
how is a pastor going to marry you off? Is it your father? I don't
Ah,
understand it.
they do it through introduction. They do it through women's fellowship. They will organize big ladies' fellowships and be talking about a virtuous woman must care for her husband, must marry quickly, don't have different boyfriend. They would even go as far as saying you shouldn't date. You should just the brother should come and talk to the pastors if they like you, if they are received. This thing about receiving. Like there's a case that me and my friend are dealing with right now.
Receive
They, they,
waiting.
they,
What are you receiving?
that the Lord has spoken.
You
There's a
know,
lady now. Within a year of marriage, she's been so traumatized. She's already run for her life within a year, and she's a quiet, reserved Christian girl because it was about receiving. She received that this was the person. I said, okay, so after you received, did you measure him up against other aspects of what you wanted in a man, personality,
I
also
mean,
his
what
financial?
does this receiving? What does it mean to receive? I don't understand it. Sorry, Debbie. What does it mean? How do you know that you are receiving? That is God that is talking to you about somebody, that you should marry somebody? Is it God that will show you? God will tell you that. I mean, is that what it means? I want to understand
That's
it.
what
Receive.
that's what it means. That is what it means in the church world in Nigeria, in the gospel background sort of setting. And a lot of women have been fraudulently married off, all in the name of somebody received for them. They didn't think they should go and vet the person themselves and decide, does it meet my standard? Is it what I'm looking for? Is it who I'm praying for? Is this kind of person I can live with for the rest of my life? And so they go, yeah, okay, maybe, yeah, especially if the person speaks the lingo, the church lingo, they're high up there. They might even have a title. They might be a deacon, or they might be a pastor already, or they've gone to Bible school, and they look good all on the outside. I was watching a program the other day about Christian narcissists. They are the worst. So they will put the
Hmm.
mask on in church. They will put the mask on. I'm a Christian, and I'm not here to throw shade on my people and my belief, and people that believe like I do. But I'm trying to say that even Jesus said, "Be careful of wolves in sheep's clothing." So they are
Hmm.
in the church, they're really not Christian, but they feel that, oh, they need to marry a Christian girl. So they
So
put on, yes.
let me ask you this, Debbie, because you are you're a Christian SU kind of girl growing up, and I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just a way of life. It's your faith. And ordinarily, it shouldn't be a good thing. But the thing is that a lot of people, we all know that there's a lot of pretense in the church. People who pretend, they masquerade as Christians. They are in church, but they have zero relationship with God. They do all the things, they speak in tongues, they can pray and fast for 7 days, dry fasting. But the thing I'm curious about for you who are, in the church, dating in the church, if somebody has received for you, for instance, don't you need to do your own leg work? Don't you need to do your own courtship to know whether you are compatible or not, whether you even like the person? Is it enough that they are
No,
speaking in tongues to marry them?
it's not enough. We're saying exactly the same thing. It's not enough. You need to do your own work. You need to stand on your own 2 feet. You need to know what you want. And if you feel the pressure is too great, you need to quit that church. You need to go to a different church where you are allowed to be yourself. So I'm here saying to young ladies, do not give all the power of your individuality to your pastor or your pastor's wife to organize for you who you will marry, who might actually end up being a Christian narcissist. And you can put the Christian in quotes because, Bridget, you said it correctly when you said they don't have a personal relationship with the Lord. Nothing like that. They're not even Christians. They have an agenda. So
Hmm.
so basically, I'm saying that if you have that personality, don't be afraid. Don't feel, oh, I'm a sitting duck for a narcissist, or I'm a sitting duck for a Mongo Park. You can actually know who you are, stand up for who you are, love yourself, you can develop your self-esteem, grow yourself, be intentional about your self-worth, and date yourself, take yourself out, love yourself, surround yourself with the nice kinds of people, people that speak good of you, speak you up. So that's what I wanted to say about being reserved. It's a personality type. There's nothing wrong with it, but don't stop there. Know your standards and uphold your standards, and don't let anybody control you. The second point I wanted to make was about owning your own money. You need to have your own money regardless of how wealthy your man or your husband is. Because if you have a joint purse and he happens to be the controlling type, and then down the line he enters into the abuse phase, that's it, you're done. He's going to use that to really, really wreck you and drag you on the floor and destroy you and the children. And so why don't you consider a joint purse just for the purposes of bills and looking after the children, and then anything extra is yours to keep. And then you're wise in building your assets, investing in property. Bridget has already shown us on this show, owning your own property, doing stuff, investing, intellectual property, getting your bachelor's, your master's, or a diploma, or even just an apprenticeship somewhere, learning a trade, doing something, putting a book on what's it called now, on Kindle. Yes, just doing things such that if eventually everything scatters, you are not in this situation where I can't have my phone because I can't pay for my phone. And I'm going to get vulnerable and share my experience. I know I've shared it before, and I'm only going to share the part that pertains to this aspect about money. So my first job was my first main job was as a civil servant, and I was doing my job and bringing up my children. The hours were good because it allowed me to be flexible with childcare. And as time went on, I decided to start my own business. In the beginning, the ex, was like, okay, well done, that's good. As time went on, as my business grew, his jealousy grew. As my business grew, he became a worse human being to live with in the home. But then my heart was determined, because by that time I'd already seen all the handwriting on the wall that no, this is not what I signed up for. I already made a mistake here. But what I made sure that I kept my business going with all my strength. Believe you me, it was that business that God was able to use for me when my divorce actually happened. And I went through an expensive court case for my assets and everything. If I had not had my business, it would have been a very, very difficult financial journey. Secondly, it was through that business I was able to support my children in pursuing their purpose, in doing the things that I needed, paying for tuition here and there, doing different things. And now it is in that business that through that business I'm able to heal. So I'm able to pour love on myself. I'm able to travel. I'm able to buy things. I'm able to do stuff. So women, have your own money. There is not this issue about submission. Look at the verse before it. It says submitting yourself one to another. So the submission is not one way. It's not just you to him. He too needs to submit to you by cooperating with you. If you're like, I want to start my business, he mustn't try to stop you. If he tries to stop you, ignore him. Ignore him and still pursue the business behind him. Do you know why? Because if the case was reversed, he will still do the business behind you and still use that money to punish you when he wants to. So look after yourself. Once you notice that this person is not into providing, into protecting you, into caring for you, you have to provide for yourself, protect yourself, cherish yourself, protect your children by making sure that you are building yourself up, building your assets and not joining it with him. I remember eventually in the court when the division of assets time came, all the paperwork he sent to court and all the things he was saying to the judge was, oh, I have so much money, I was hiding it, and I didn't hide any money. I made everything clear. Guess what the judge did? The judge ignored everything that he said because he was hoping that the judge was going to say, oh, the business, okay, this is the value of the business, split it in two. Oh, no. The judge did. I'm still coming back to give that testimony. I know I keep saying that, but I'm trying to say here, do not be afraid of the repercussion, because God will protect you as long as you have done your best in your marriage and you can see that you're not being protected. Protect yourself financially. Don't let a man drag you on the floor because of money. Also, lack of money is one of the reasons why women stay. I have a lady, she said to me, She's got 5 children, and she's going through the level of abuse that I'm blown away in the level of cruelty. The cruelty is amazing in its negativity, and she's still there. So I said to her, "But what is going on?" She said, "Where will I take the 5 children to? How will I find the money to look after 5 children?" And I was sad. I didn't know what to say. I was just like, just there for her, just listening to her. I didn't know what to say, because I felt, okay, what's happening to your money? The money is already tied up with the Mongo pack, so she has no autonomy. So women, we need to look after ourselves and love ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Star Debbie. I appreciate you for calling. You see, this church girls show, I think we might need to dip into it again one more time. We did talk about good girls the other day. We're talking about how good girls finish last. Yeah, church girls is another thing you need to talk about, because when it comes to church and all this religiosity, hey, people they take their men of God as their spiritual fathers, which is all right. But how are you going to meet somebody and your man of God is telling you to go and marry somebody and you just agree? Is marriage not too much of a big deal for you to just marry somebody because you met them in church? Is it everybody that is in church that is an angel? Ha. Okay, oh. Thank you so much, oh. Sister Debbie, God bless you, oh. All churches girls that are here, you have to be very careful. Not everybody that say Lord, Lord is calling God you. A lot of them don't know God. And being a Christian doesn't mean that you be a good husband. Being a pastor doesn't even mean that you be a good husband. Okay? PK says it all the time, that you are operating under anointing as a pastor. But at home, you are not operating under any anointing. You are a husband and you're a father and the leader of the home. So you need to separate the two. All of you that are always running after, this brother is very holy. He speaks in tongues. He's a Bible. He knows the Bible. He can quote Genesis to Revelation. There are too many Mongo packs in the church. There are too many. Some of them hide under Christianity. So Osinachi, good example. God bless you, Chidimma. Osinachi married a church Mongo pack. Too many. They are the ones that somebody was giving us an example. Was it yesterday during the show that somebody told us about somebody they know on Facebook that will go and carry a shower in Nigeria? He will leave his house every day. And although he's a lawyer, but he's preaching every day on Facebook. He will leave his wife and go and carry a shower every single day to sleep with. He will bring their shower to their house when the wife is not around. When the wife is around, he has a hotel he will go to adjacent to their house. And he's preaching. I mean, the where religiosity and people who claim to be Christians are today, I don't know. I don't feel very comfortable with a lot of all these people in the church. I don't. Because I just feel like they're hiding a lot of things. Not all of them. Obviously, some people are genuinely Christian, but so many of them are disguising. They are really hiding a lot of things. And as a Christian in the church, if you're a sister, you will not question anything because you say, he speaks in tongues. He's a Sunday school teacher. He's a choir. He's a this. I'm not saying that people should go and marry unbelievers, but get to know them outside the church. Who are they outside the church? What's his character? How does he behave when he's angry? What is his relationship with money? How does he treat women? How does he treat other people? Does he see women as inferiors? You need to do that leg work. If you allow pastors go matchmake you to one Mongo pack, now you go suffer. Test the spirits. Yeah, Dr. Miran. God bless you. Test the spirits. You got to test the spirits. Okay, we're moving on very quickly now. Big Bay, welcome. How are you?
Hello, Auntie B. I'm
Hello.
fine.
Someone sounds very happy.
I know, I just because it's been a while calling to your show. So,
Yes,
how you doing?
I'm good, darling. How are you?
I'm well. I'm doing well. Wow, this today's show, I was waiting for it because I watched the interview too, part one and part two. And a lot of people have said a lot. You too, you've said so much. But while I was watching the show, what kept coming to my mind is self love.
Hmm.
Because I believe, although they met when they were very young, she was 19, he was 19 as well.
Hmm.
But I was thinking about myself when I was 19-year-old as a teenager, even though I was very young, but there's still something in me that there are some things I will not take from a guy, even at that age, at the age of 19.
Hmm.
And like her as well, I was pretty quiet growing up. I didn't really talk that much. But even in my quietness, you can't try nonsense with me. So so thinking back then, I was like, if this lady could just, and the one that even really blew my mind was when she said, oh, when they were dating, they when the other girls are coming, they will be meeting each other on the
Hmm.
steps, like as one is going in, another one is coming out. And I'm like, how can you just be in that kind of situation, knowing fully well, first of all, it is unhealthy, he's sleeping with several women at the same time, and then he doesn't have any respect, any regard, like from the beginning of their relationship, when they met at the age of 19, I couldn't really tell whether there was any time that man was ever faithful to her. He was
No.
cheating constantly.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why do you, as a woman, even I know she was 19, but at least you will get to a certain stage and be like, you know what, do I even is this what I really want to deal with for the rest of my life? But she never did that. Even when this whole issue came out and it became a big thing, she did not leave him. He's still the guy that said, I want a divorce.
Did you see the way he was grabbing her hand? That's that's the one that really
That
made
stupid
me.
video.
It made me so mad. This picture, this one.
I know. And she looks like one grandmama, and
She
although
looks
she
like the
explained
nanny. She looks like the nanny of his children.
exactly. But
And she,
she explained in the video that she was pregnant and they just lost someone. So it's kind of makes sense. But I don't like the way he made her look. Look at the way he looked. He even has chain on his neck. He looks well, but she didn't look very well. And I think that was where people were like, well, I mean, look at your wife. Why wouldn't you cheat on? I mean, that's not an excuse. But
that's
people will always say what they want
that
to
thing
say.
she put on her head. There was a whole lot of conversation
I
around
don't
that
even
bonnet.
understand. Yeah, she said it's a beret, or what did she even call it? Helmet of salvation or something. But anyway, so yeah, wow.
Helmet of salvation.
That
Chai.
is helmet of bonnet of salvation, or helmet
Helmet
of
of
salvation,
salvation.
something
It's
like that.
Mercy Chinwen's beret.
I was like, girl, I mean, but you could have just put something on your face. I mean, comb your hair, do something. But
No, I think she was depressed. She was
she
very
was, yeah,
depressed.
she
Yes.
was very depressed. So my
Hmm.
own is, as a woman, and that is one thing I never joke with. With me growing up, self love. Self love is very important because when you love yourself, that's where your self esteem comes from too. If you love yourself deeply, there are some things you will not put yourself into. There are some situations when you enter, you like, they'll be like, this is not for me. I'm removing my head immediately. But if you don't have
Samolu,
that self
thank you
love,
very much, Samolu, for the super
bonus
chat.
of
I
salvation.
appreciate.
Yeah.
Victoria, thank you for the super chat. I share Goni
Thank
Omodupe.
you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Please hit the
Thank
like
you.
button. Auntie B, I did liking. I did liking.
They are not
I did
liking,
liking.
no. They are
Please
not
like
liking.
now.
Hit
Please,
the like
please
button
like
and
it,
give the
like it,
super
please.
chat. Oh, we are doing
Thank you.
master class today.
I know we
Yeah.
are doing this is a very important thing in conversation.
Hmm.
And also the lady, I think because she's dealing from a place of trauma too. That's another
Hmm.
point I think we didn't really touch on. She
Yeah.
has so many trauma growing up, and I'm still gonna bring it back to parenting. Parents, yeah, especially for girl child and even boy child, not even especially for girl child, for both girl child and boy child. Because I'm also thinking this man that behaved this way, there's something broken in him too.
Hmm.
Because she said this man have slept. That's the one that really blew my mind. He said when he was writing down name, he wrote down 100 names. This man is just 33. He has slept with over 100 women in his in like really.
That's during the marriage.
No, no, yeah, from when they met now, because they met at the age of 19. So from when they met to now, this man, this was at, I mean, when he wrote the names was, I think, was 2021 or 2022. He has slept with 100 women.
Not be
100
juju
and
be
TB.
that. Not be juju be that. He
100.
I think she said that they had a mansion and then he also had
He
a
has a condo, yeah.
condo. I think
hmm
the condo was the love nest where all of them were coming
Where
to
all
meet
of
him.
them come to.
Mhm.
Like, that shows that there's something broken in this man too. There's something broke. There's something about him that makes him feel like he has to sleep with multiple women at the same time. So self-love is very important. Parents, like Auntie B have said earlier, let's try to affirm our children. I didn't grow up with affirmation. I didn't even know what affirmation was. I'm just a child that I just found my own way. How I even find my own way, I don't know, because I've always been this confident about myself, even growing up, and nobody instilled that in me. It's just a personality thing that just grew as I get older. But every child is not going to be like me growing up. And if like if you you have a child can be reserved, but you can't be a pushover because you are reserved. No,
Yes, yes.
don't let people walk over you. In that your reservedness and your quietness, let them know that this lady, she's quiet, but don't mess with her. This guy, he's quiet, but don't mess with him. So let's
Tony,
affirm
Tony
our
said
children.
Tony said that he slept over 100 people over the years. That he wants to break
Okay,
it. He wants
that
to
one
break King
really off me,
Solomon's
Auntie
record.
B. I was like, what? And I'm like, is he exaggerating? Or how do you even remember all their name? Because he was the one that wrote it. She wasn't the one that wrote it. He wrote it by himself. Maybe he was exaggerating. But with the kind of person that he is, probably he wasn't exaggerating because she also confirmed that, he has always been cheating, you know. So I just think that women, my gender, because it's us too. We will see wahala like this, we'll go and put our head
No,
inside that wahala. We
because
love
you
too
always
much. Some of us, the way we love self, it scares me self as a woman. When you see the way some women, the way they love another man,
more than
it's
themselves.
more than themselves, more than their own fellow women. It scares me. I'm like, is he a man, a
Fellow
human
women,
being that you love like this?
Bimpe, you are taking this matter far. Fellow women care.
I know they don't even love their fellow women like that.
No, fellow women are not even looking for any woman's love. Love yourself enough not to put up with all these,
Nonsense.
shenanigans.
you
Yeah.
know Self-love is very, and I think you did a show, you did a program. I think maybe if you can repost that. I love that. I shared it with you one time. I love the way, I think that day before you did that show, you really prayed and Holy Spirit talked through you that day. I love the
The
way you
one,
broke down that self-love video. I love that.
okay,
was
the
the
one
that
about
was
knowing
that's
yourself,
one of my favorite video that you've ever
knowing
done.
yourself as a woman. Yeah,
I
who are
love
you?
that video. I think it
Yeah,
was around
yeah.
Osinachi
Oh,
time.
that
So
day, I
you
was
were
in a
on fire.
zone. Yes, I was in a zone that day
You were on
because
fire
I
that
was
day.
just tired. I was just
Oh my
tired of all
God.
the
I
women.
love that video. I
Oh my God.
love that video. That video is one of my favorites. That's of most of the video you've done, one of my favorites. So please, women, and we should not take what we don't want. And if we know that there's something that is a deal breaker for you, don't ignore it. Don't say, okay, I will change. Okay, let me not talk. Okay, let me keep quiet.
You
Okay,
know,
we'll get better.
he's still on YouTube making videos though.
That had to be that. I wanted to say that too. People are still watching it, and I bet if we want to do his algorithm, it's going to be mostly women.
It's women now.
I can bet my dollar, my money on it.
Derek Jackson is seen on YouTube
That I
making
don't
videos
understand that, Auntie B.
about relationships.
I don't understand how people are still watching him and he's still getting views. Even people still follow him on social media. The thing is, I didn't even know this man until the whole scenario and the whole issue happened. I
No,
never
I
heard
knew him.
about him
Oh.
before.
I knew
I don't
him.
know
Oh.
him. I didn't know him. And when I just know, I said, he's one of them. So I didn't even bother to watch. I never follow him. I never watch any of his video. I don't even bother because I'm like, why this kind of person? You are saying something and you are doing something totally different. You know, not even know that you are speaking to yourself too. And people are still watching him. And they are women. You know, please, women, let's try and give ourselves some love, self-love, self-love. So find yourself. I know she was 19 when they met, so I'm kind of giving her a little bit of pass. But there are still women in their 30s that still behave like. And I also want to mention something before I drop off. Low self-esteem doesn't have anything to do with your financial status.
Mm-hmm.
Some women have money, like they are very financially okay. But when
Mm-hmm.
it comes to self-esteem and to be, when you see the thing, especially when it comes to man, when you see
Relationship.
when you come to relationship, yes, when you
Mm.
see the things that they take from a man, and you look at this woman, you be like, you this woman that you have, you talk to people, you control this, you control that, you do this, people respect you. But when it comes to a relationship, the man that you chose, or maybe you are attracted to for whatever reason, they don't respect you, they don't honor you, they disregard you, they make you feel little. And I kind of like, what happened? So low self-esteem doesn't have anything to do with your financial status. You can be
Yeah.
high flying, have money and this, but you don't wait. And like I said, the self-esteem still comes from self-love. You know, I just hope that women are learning. They are praying, they are hoping, they are opening their eyes to see that, okay, this is what this man is not good for me, or this is not a place for me. A woman that can be watching a video of her husband having a sexual relationship with another woman, just for you to replicate that, because of what?
It's serious. It's very serious. Thank you so much. Bingbe, I appreciate you, my darling. God bless you. Somebody said something about how she said she was seeing spiritual things. And the interviewer was asking her whether she's ever been diagnosed with mental health. She said she's never been diagnosed. But she did say that she started to see things, that she saw her daughter was being picked up and dropped. I don't know whether that was hallucination or she was experiencing some juju. Maybe some of the women that the Derek was hanging out with, they were into some kind of voodoo or something that they were attacking her spiritually. I don't know. But that part of it I was not clear about. But she said she was experiencing some juju. Man of Prestige is asking me, Ola, what do I think about the content at the time? I didn't have a problem with the content. I didn't have a problem with it, to be honest. But he seemed too good to be true. Okay? I thought this was too good to be true. Where do you see men that are talking like this? It's so good to be true. Even Pastor Shola, that is always, he's a feminist and he's always making cases for us. He makes a good case for women. Sometimes he will still come for us and tell us, pay, any go, any lower, any lesser, which is okay. He tries to balance it, but Derek, because I think it was all a business for him, Ola. He was all about selling his books and getting the views. And the biggest people that watch these shows is women. YouTube is women. Your content is going to be anything that has to do with relationship, 90% of your viewers will be women. So I think he was just trying to sell his market. It was all business for him. So when she was saying that, she was saying things, somebody was dropping her baby and carrying her baby, I said, this woman, maybe she was beginning to experience some hallucination. I don't know. But for me, Derek Jackson, as far as I'm concerned, was all about the money, baby. It was all about the money. Anything to sell those books, anything to sell those, to make people watch those videos. But he had some very good, points about relationships. He was always he was actually talking about himself. That's what we didn't know. We thought he was a good man that is talking about other men, but he was talking about himself. So I checked him out the other day. Mimi, you are next. I checked him out. I checked his YouTube out to see what he's up to these days. And to come and see that this man is still sitting here pretty, doing videos. Of course, he's not going to get the same views like before, you know. But he's still doing videos. He is still doing videos. But of course, his viewership is completely gone. He lost it all. He was really big. He was really big. A lot of people were not happy. A lot of people, and that's why the shade was serious when he fell. They couldn't. They finished him. Jesus. You know how they say now, he who comes to equity, you must come with clean hands. His hands were not clean. So of course he's gonna get it. He's still making videos. I saw a video he made recently and he was like, if he's wasting your time, he doesn't want to commit. I'm like, Ogbeni, will you keep quiet? I was like, will you keep quiet, Derek? Keep quiet. Nobody is asking you no question anymore. We have zero confidence in you. Yeah? Okay, so let me show you his channel. Let me just show you before Mimi will speak so you see what I mean. The difference between now and then. Okay? When he was balling, yeah? When it was the Derek Jackson that people were, all the American women were watching. This is the kind of views he was getting: 3.9 million, 1.8 million views, 1.6 million, 1.5 million. Yeah, 5 years, 6 years ago, that was his content were in hundreds of thousands. He made a lot of money. Okay, but look at his content now. Can you see? 25,000. 23,000, 26,000, 11,000. The views are gone because he's lost all credibility. People don't trust him anymore. Mm, they don't trust him anymore. So nobody got time for him anymore. But I like the fact that he didn't give up. He didn't give up, oh. Honestly, he's still trying. I saw a video he did. It was like, if he doesn't commit, he doesn't commit. If he doesn't commit, look at this. If he doesn't commit, don't let him
If you're
enjoy you.
curvy, if you're curvaceous,
Don't let him enjoy you if he doesn't commit. Like you, do you know what commitment is? Will you keep quiet? Look at him. This man, he get God. So honestly, he's still giving advice. Marian say if I catch him, I'll slap him. Marian, you don't vex, so Chineke. Oh my God. It's like if he doesn't commit, like keep quiet. Don't talk. You are not in a position to advise nobody. Physician, take your own medicine. Go and treat yourself, man, and stop being relationship advice is on. Okay, Mimi, what do you have to say? Welcome.
Hey, Auntie B, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I just want to say I love you. Like, I love all the gems that you drop. So I'm excited to be able to speak on your platform.
Thank you very much. Is this your first time?
It is. I've been listening for a while, but this is my first official time being able to speak.
Fantastic. This
Yeah,
is very important to you for you to jump in today.
absolutely. So I'm going to just jump on in. So it's kind of like what Beepe was saying earlier. It really comes back to self esteem and self love. And
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, especially I don't even think this is just with Africans. I think with black people in general, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of times when we think about self-esteem, we think about the superficial stuff. So, what's your job, your salary, do you have a home, do you have this? And self-esteem has nothing to do with that. I had to
Mm-hmm.
learn that a little bit later in life. It's
Mm-hmm.
about how you talk to yourself. It's about how you treat yourself. And the
Mm-hmm.
one thing I want to say about this young lady is I'm kind of coming in late, so I'm not sure what you guys said earlier, but I think we should all give a little bit of grace to her because we don't know her background. When you look at somebody, it's so many layers. We
Mm-hmm.
see what we see, but we don't know how she was raised. We don't know what her parents did, and that stuff,
She actually told
self-esteem.
us in the interview. Did you watch the interview?
I watched part of it. I watched bits and pieces. So if I do miss
Oh,
something, please correct me.
yeah. I watched
But
all of it, body part one and two. She told us about her background. You are right. She had a lot of trauma growing on. She had daddy abandonment issue. There was forced career with someone she trusted. So she had a lot of trauma. And
there
she
you
actually
go.
said that she met Derek the same week that somebody forcibly carried her.
There you go. And
Yeah, so
so trauma
you're
in
right.
general, I'm not a psychologist, but from what I've read, trauma it rewires your brain to see things in a different way. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe the things that she was going for, maybe that was to her, maybe some of the stuff she saw that was younger, maybe that was normal to her. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And now, as you mature, as you get older, because everybody's on their own spiritual development. Some people learn things a little bit earlier. Some people learn things a little bit later. We have people who are a little bit older who are just now learning self
Absolutely.
esteem,
Mm-hmm.
self love. So maybe for
Mm-hmm.
her, this is her time. She's finally taking her power back. But I
Yeah.
want to say self esteem. Self-love is so important, and I don't think that stuff starts when you're a child. I think it starts in the womb. Especially as women, we really have to learn how to love ourselves. If you don't know how to do it, get therapy. We all
Hmm.
have trauma. Get
Hmm.
therapy. And especially in, I think, the African community, the Christian community, things are changing, but I think we can all agree that back then, therapy is, you don't go to therapy. You don't go to people to tell your business. You keep things in the family, you sweep it under the rug. All of that stuff. And that's why I say it's a multi layer thing.
Hmm.
All of that stuff, it builds up, and it can cause a whole bunch of things, low self-esteem. So to me, I'm very big on low self-esteem because I know for me that's something I suffered with. I think
Hmm.
it's a disease. um I think it's
I,
something
no,
that we
I don't.
should,
I don't think it's a disease. It's
not
just
in not in the
it's not.
literal sense, but it
Mm,
causes not it causes a lot of harm. You
but
accept things that you
yeah.
shouldn't because you don't know better. You really don't know better. And so we need to start teaching it from a very young age. And like I said,
Mm,
self-esteem, it's not about the money you make, it's not about your title, it's not
mm-hmm,
about being married, it's about how do you see yourself? How do you
mm,
treat yourself? And we don't I feel like things are changing now, but before, I know for me, I didn't know that. I thought it was the superficialness, what I look like, what kind of job do I have, but it has nothing to do with that. So, I hope we can learn from her. I hope it looks like she's taking her power back. I hope she gets therapy. And that's all I wanted to say. Like we need to talk more about self-love and self-esteem. And like I said, it's not the pretty stuff. It's
mm-hmm.
not about getting your nails done. It's not about, what kind of food are you eating? How do you
Yeah.
treat yourself? How you talk to yourself is really within.
It's how you
So,
value yourself, how you see yourself.
right,
How do
right,
you rate yourself? Where do you see yourself? What do you
right,
think about yourself? What value
right,
do you place on yourself?
right,
Do you
and
know who you are? Do you know your identity? These are all
right,
the things. Yeah, you're right. It's not about
right.
what you look like.
Right. And like I said, everybody's on their own development journey. So, I'm glad I think she's what, 32, 33. So, I
33.
mean, I think that's a great age to learn. It's better now than later. So, I hope she can learn from it. I hope she gets therapy. And I just hope she gets better from all of this.
Thank you so much, Mimi, for
No
calling. Do
problem.
call us again. You bring it
Yes.
100%. I just want to say this to you before you go, yeah? You
Yes.
see, low self-esteem is not a disease. It's a result of your socialization, how you were raised.
Yes. Absolutely.
So it is things that happen to you while growing up, either by nature or nurture, that make people have low self-esteem.
Yes.
And low
Yes.
self-esteem is not a result. It's not because somebody is very quiet doesn't mean they have low self-esteem.
Right. Right.
Okay, is a place you are mentally in your perception about yourself. And if you research it very well, you will see how children, from a young age can either have, a good esteem about who they are, depending on how they grew up, the circumstances around their development and all that, or they would grow up with that. And that's why it is the job of a parent to make sure you nurture your children to have
Mm-hmm.
a healthy esteem, a self-esteem about themselves. Because
Absolutely.
children, if you have more than one kids, you will know that not all of them are the children are never the same. So as a parent, you have children, some of them naturally will take your personality, they are bubbly, they are confident, and some they need a bit of work because they are
Right.
kind of more quiet, more reserved. So you have to just always make sure that you pay attention to your children. So if you have any child who is a bit withdrawn, they're a bit quiet, make sure you nurture them in a way that they will know that okay, it's all right to be quiet, it's all right for you not to be like your sibling, but this is who you are as a person. Reaffirm them, make sure you instill confidence in them, build their confidence, raise them in a way that they will know who they are. Very, very important. It's all
Yeah.
about parenting, environment, and how the experiences you had growing up. That's what plays out when people become adults, and that's what determines whether they're going to have low or healthy self-esteem. So thank you so much, Mimi, for calling us. Do call us again. I love your American accent. It's so sweet to listen to. Thank you so much. Okay, we are coming to an end now because I cannot do like man of prestige. I will sit down for 5 hours. Okay, I'm tired. We are here again tomorrow. So Leah, you are next.
Oh, and to be good afternoon, good evening.
Hello.
Hi, good evening. I'm happy you put me through. So I'm just happy about what you said now about being quiet, and being sorry, I have my notes. Let me just get my notes out. Yeah. So I'm just happy about the thing you said about being quiet, because I heard somebody saying initially how if you're quiet, some quiet people, some reserved people can have look. No, no, no. In my own opinion, I'm an introvert. Like I'm this kind of person that, like when you're talking about shyness, I'm very, very shy, and I'm reserved. I'm quiet. I'm all of that. But my self-esteem, honestly, I think it's equal to none. Like the way I see myself, even my husband says that before he even engaged, before we got married, he used to call me a narcissist. That's to show you. So I just wanted to, remove that idea of being an
Why would you
introvert,
call you
being
a
quiet.
narcissist? Why would he call you that?
No, so when he says narcissist, he means I because I didn't even know what the meaning was, but I now had to go through it and look at it. So what he said he means is I just the way I view myself like I'm up there, like there's
That's not the meaning of narcissist. I don't understand. Why would they call you a narcissist?
did you want us to quickly check the meaning of narcissism? Because I think sometimes these days I think people just throw that word around like, oh,
Mm.
everybody's a narcissist. But from dictionary now, I'm looking at dictionary and Google. What does it mean? It means excessive interest or admiration of oneself.
Yeah, but if you're looking at it from a
Self-love.
yeah,
It means
but
self-love as well.
yeah, but if you're looking at it from a psychological angle, which is the context of which people use it, is about selfishness,
Yeah.
a sense of
No, but
entitlement, lack of empathy. So these
yes.
are the
So
traits of a narcissist.
so you're talking about the psychology. Now you're going down below, but if you look at the first meaning, when you're saying it as a noun,
Yeah,
so what
but
you just so what I'm trying to say, that that's basically what he means. Like the way I love myself. Like
and
I'm not
and
ready to,
I understand what you are saying.
discomfort myself just because I want to please. Yeah, I think that's what he used to mean by that.
No, no, hold on a minute. I want to unpick that a little bit because earlier on we talked about how, complimentary insults, when somebody will say something to you. I don't know if you
Yes,
had
yes,
joined
I
the
heard
show
that.
then. You
Yes,
said
yes, I
your
did.
husband used to call you a narcissist. So I
No,
just
I
want to
think
dwell.
no, before we got married, he used to say that my self-confidence borders on narcissism. That's what he used to say to me. Like once
Right.
in a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
He would just say,
So
oh, you're too overconfident. You're too overconfident. You just overconfidence. The thing borders on narcissism. Oh. And I'll be like, okay.
did he have a problem with that you were
Um,
overconfident?
no, apparently he got married, he engaged me and got married to me. So I'm sure he didn't have a problem with it, right? Or what do you think, Atibi? If the person goes ahead and does what nobody forced him to do. So no, but I don't even think I'm like I'm not bad. I just don't take nonsense. That's just it.
Has that played out in your marriage since you've been how long have you been married?
11 years now.
Has that has that played out or has it come up this you are too confident, has it been
Um,
an issue?
no, it has never been an issue. It has never been an issue. But I'm not gonna lie. I think it's the reason he actually doesn't mess up. Let's put it like that. But
Okay.
it has my overconfidence. Well, he sees it as overconfidence, but I see it as high self-esteem. So maybe it's just one thing. People interpreting it in two different ways. What he
Mm,
used somebody he sees as overconfidence. Me, I see it as this is just how I am. I'm not
mm-hmm,
going to like no, I'm not going to try to over please you, try to even just because I want you to remain my boyfriend. Like it's not going to happen. So it's
mm-hmm,
better for you to move ahead. If you know you
mm-hmm,
cannot behave like you cannot do, you cannot be a normal human being, basically. If you cannot be a normal human being, then move. There are many men out there who are looking for another one. So that is, the way I used to come off. But
mm-hmm,
sometimes I see it as people thinking, sometimes I feel like if you try to, subdue yourself and make yourself seem like, oh no, I really want you. This is when these people ride on you. But when you make them feel like, listen, there's so many fishes in the ocean. If you are not ready to treat me like a normal human being, then I will leave you and go somewhere else. That's just how
mm-hmm,
you know, see it. So anyway, I just wanted to say that yes, shyness and being reserved,
mm,
being quiet
mm-hmm,
doesn't mean you have low self-esteem. And then
mm,
thank God the lady previously said it. This guy actually said he slept with 100 women
Hmm.
during their relationship. Then she said talked about 11 during marriage, but she actually said 100. I wanted to.
Hmm.
So I watched the whole thing, and throughout the period, I had like different emotions. You know, there were some times I was like, "Ah, this guy is such a Mongo Park." Another
Hmm.
time I was like, "Ah, this girl." But I think at the end of the day, I settled on three things. I think what happened is she has very low self-esteem.
Hmm.
Then she was obsessed with marriage, and
Hmm.
then she was greedy. Because
Why
if
do
you
you
look
say
at it,
so? Why do you
yes,
say
because
she's greedy?
yes. So what I'm saying she was greedy was, if you really listen in that interview, she said that it got to a point where she was happy.
Leah, I can't hear you anymore. Are you still there? Leah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear
Right.
you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you said something about selfish. I didn't understand what you meant by that.
No, I said greed.
Yeah, why did you say that?
So when I say greed, I mean during the interview, she said something about she was talking about how she didn't want that the lifestyle, that this thing, that the money, that the things that come with the fame. You know when she was talking about when they went on vacation and the lifestyle that she lives, that she felt like Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Yeah,
Okay,
but that
maybe it's
it's
not
not
greed that
greed.
is actually the word. Yes,
It's
it's
not
not greed.
greed. She was just enjoying the good life that the marriage offered her.
Yeah, it's not greed. I think I would think of a different word, but it's not greed. But I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is,
I do.
sh-
I do.
what the
You're
thing
not
she felt.
articulating it well, but I get what
Yeah,
you mean.
yeah,
She was
yeah. So
carried away with the good life.
exactly. She was
Mm-hmm.
carried away with good like that. It was now at the detriment of
Mm-hmm.
whatever else. Because if you
Mm-hmm.
remember, she even said something like when they got during that period of when the first issue came up, how any small thing he would say, oh, that she was thinking also of, oh, the money, this is our job, this is how we get our money. This is, do you understand? So even her coming out to that salvage of Barrett or whatever they call it, at that point she was talking about, oh, let us that this is our source of income, so I will join you whatever it is that we need to do at this point, so at the end of the day I feel like she was ready to do anything, honestly. And to be, if that guy hadn't broken off this marriage, this girl would have still been there till today.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point she was willing to, now she's even we've gone out of this thing, the angle of he's cheating or he's doing that. At this point she's thinking of this money. What will happen to this money? He's providing, I'm living the life. So what can I, if I,
Mm.
whatever I can do to continue this, I am ready to do it.
But remember, she was pregnant. I mean, we're not even talking about, the ins and the nendos of her personality, her character. I'm more interested in her, the lessons. Yeah. Because we
Yes.
can make a case for her. Some people can make a case for why she was only 19 when they got together. She'd just been through a lot of trauma. She met him. She
Mm-hmm.
was very vulnerable when she met him. So of course, I think he deliberately picked her because he knew that she could put up with the BS.
Yes, yes, you're exactly right. Yes, what happened was she was in awe of him. She felt like he was an almighty. She felt like, oh my God, look at this guy talking
Have
to
you
me.
seen
This
them together
guy,
physically? If you look at them
yes,
now, just look at
yes,
them. Even
exactly.
before he had beaten her down with all the 100 women cheating and everything, look at
Yes,
them.
yes.
She's not the
They're not a
kind of
match.
women. No, they are not. They are
Yes,
not.
yes, and that was the dynamic there. So she was in awe. She couldn't believe that. Look at this guy marrying me. My goodness, this kind of person. And that is another thing about self-esteem. If you have a good self-esteem as a woman, you would know that there is no man that is too much to marry you.
And she was
And
pregnant,
and
Leah. Did
if
you
it's
know
and if
that?
yes, I know, and yeah, I know she was pregnant. I know she was pregnant. Even the pregnancy had to be, remember when she was pregnant, when he even engaged and all these things, all these periods she has already been hiding in wardrobe, crying, looking at video, imitating video. So I mean, the guy married her because she's been tested and trusted. He has seen that you see this one. she will take all of my rubbish.
Mm.
Then at the point where he even left her, that he even filed for the divorce, he has seen that, okay, since I'm now famous and these things will always keep coming out, let me just better cuckoo divorce and be doing my rubbish. That was his thinking there. But if he was able to hide it from the public, from the general public, he would have continued. And she knew everything. Of course, she said she knew everything, but she was willing to take it. At the end of the day, like you said, the learning there is self-esteem. I feel like for women, for especially us that have girls, the thing you have to put in your children, make your daughters, make your girls realize how great they are with,
Mm.
and that, like somebody said, doesn't even have anything to do with money. Money is at the back. And to be, do
Mm.
you know how many women now that are loaded, that their self-esteem is on the ground. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not nothing. There's nothing to. It doesn't have anything to do about money. Like somebody said before, I think it comes from small. How you groom your children. I think my dad gave me my self-esteem. I think it has to do with how you groom your children. And now because of
Mm.
it, I'm very conscious. If I go anywhere, like the other day I went to the Nigerian embassy here in London. When I see young girls, especially young black girls, I take it a point to let them know how beautiful they are. See, do
Mm-hmm.
you know how gorgeous you are? Don't go
Mm-hmm.
and allow anybody do anyhow to you. As in, Atibi, I take it upon myself
So you
to
are
make sure
this one of this African auntie that is always giving unsolicited advice.
No, 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 no. It's not okay. This is how I see it. So I see a girl, she looks beautiful, especially all these ones that are like really, really young teenagers. I'm like, oh my God, you're so pretty. And
Mm.
me, to an extent, I know that God still try for me. So if you see one pretty person telling you that you are pretty too, I feel like it goes a long way. I've told somebody this before, and she was like, "Oh, thank you so much. Are you sure?" I say, "Yes. Look at you. Look at your eyes. You're so pretty." So some of these children, some of these girls, they've never been told, or they are rarely told how pretty they are. So
Mm.
that is why when they see somebody that they feel is a beautiful man or is a handsome man coming to talk to them, they're like, oh my God, this person is telling me I'm pretty. But if it's something you've been hearing, if it's something you've been hearing that you're smart, you're this, you're that, when somebody else tells you, it's like, oh, well, I used to hear that. So like, I mean, you will still appreciate it, but it's not
But
going to,
it's not new. It's not new to you. Thank you, Leah. Appreciate you for calling. I have to move on. Thanks for calling the show. Yeah. You need children need a healthy dose of self-love, affirmation, and tell your children you love them. I make it a point of duty to show to be emotional with your, what they call it, affectionate. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Affection, something that I love you, I love you. That's also very important. So when you grow up as an adult, not in our generation, no, I'm talking about this generation where nobody has ever hugged you before, nobody has ever said I love you. Hmm. Then it's a problem. Thank you, Leah. Kofoworalah, your connection is not good. Please check your internet connection so that we'll see if we can take you. Temidi, you are the last but not the least caller. Welcome. My Canadian bus bus, welcome.
How are you, ma? I've lost my voice. So see the village people
Kilo
there.
share,
They
what
come for
happened?
me. I want the village.
Kilo shele, are you be talking too much?
And they give somebody advice. They want keep person for my. And they give advice. See me, I don't get voice again.
Eh,
Sure.
I could show. Hmm.
She not go listen. She go still stay there. It's okay. Anyway, moving on.
You say no go listen, go still stay there.
Go still
Hmm.
stay there. Go still stay there. Go still come back. Come ask for help. And then repeat it again. I told her this is
And you
her
go give
last
the
chance.
advice again.
I thought this is her last chance, but no lie, it's a lie. I go still help her.
Tell am make
Okay.
go therapy so that you go save your voice. Not be you go save am.
I wonder now they're going to give me attitude when they see me for outside. Anyway, that's their own problem.
Now you wan comot your husband for your wife for your house. Now I no go give you attitude.
No,
Hmm.
well, anyway,
That's the way Mongo Park see it oh. That's why
that's
they don't
true.
like me. Me too, I don't
That's
like. The
true.
feeling is mutual. I don't like them
Mm,
to conjure or see me. To marry me by come as sa.
because I don't get it. I really don't get it. But me, I know that I guess from the one where they talk, Derek
Mm-hmm.
Jackson. Oh Lord, I used to watch Derek Jackson a
Mm-hmm.
lot when I
Mm-hmm.
discovered his channel. I still have a playlist, yeah, with some
Mm-hmm.
of his videos. And I will say this, even though it turned out to be a hypocrite, um, he still dropped gems. some of the videos he gave about what to look for, how to know someone is gaming you, is because that's what he was doing.
He was speaking for
No,
himself.
yes. So even though he was not practicing his own language, so to speak, he did give good tips, because some of those tips I've seen it, I've given to people, and they have been able to like bypass stories that touch with people. Of course, he also did pander to women, and trying to set a very
Because
high
he didn't balance
standard.
it at all.
Yes, a very high
Mm.
standard that sometimes was not very realistic. But he did drop some hints on how to know someone's wasting your time. When somebody keeps coming, when somebody has ghosted you and come back, how are you? No, it's not a guy loves you. It's like he wants to use you and you're always available. And I wish she had listened to what he was saying and used it for herself, because essentially she is an example of what he was talking about.
Mm.
Right? And it's unfortunate. Of course, I watched the video part one. I didn't finish part two, but my oh my, you're very right about what you said about men who marry women that would put up with anything.
Mm-hmm.
I've experienced that personally. I was dating somebody, and I noticed that the person had a Wakanda spirit. They waka about.
I like that. Tamidi, what did you call it? Say it's Wakanda
Wakanda
spirit.
spirit.
I
Yeah,
never
they
heard that
waka
one before.
in a
Wakanda spirit.
in a waka.
Eh,
Like, but why? Like, as in, it is well. So, as my investigator spirit, I found
the
some things. And
this
hello,
made I'm a serial Mongo Park repellent. Mongo Park, they see me. Wọ́n máa rí mi sani. Èmi ò ráyè for she. Ah, nah. Kò sáyè. I don't have
and
time
they
for
know,
that, man.
when they date you and they see that you don't have it, they say they will leave you. When I tell this, I cut that one, doing one or two, I come say, oh God, no, but today, oh. And he himself like, you know what? I'm sure I will regret this, but I understand that you have to go. Money, yeah, let me leave. And then not long after he got married, God forgive
Mm.
me. When I saw okay, let me speak this nicely. When I saw the individual, I said, something's not quite right here. Because I know the person's spec. Do you get what I'm saying? If I look at
Mm-hmm.
myself, I look at the other people. Now, I know people look at character. Do you understand? Some people will say,
Mm.
oh, I'm not about the looks, character. That's important. But there was something about her trait that reminds me of this woman. Very, very overly quiet, very easily manipulated, very easily controlled, no get voice. And
Mm.
that is essentially what happened for years. You would never see her online. You will always
Mm-hmm.
see him
And
wakandering
even when
up
I was
and down.
married, he used to make his videos in the car.
That's what I'm saying. This person I'm referring to, my ex, was the same way. You will see him wakandering everywhere. They travel here, but you will never see a picture with him and Yao. You won't even see ring on a finger. Okay, why am I expressing myself?
We
I
have
will
another
look.
word though.
I will
Temi D
look.
has given us a word. Wakanda. Wakanda spirit. Wakanda bola. I love the word.
As in, but
Mm.
it's true. In a waka too much. As in, even in pictures, as when I'll be bored every now and again, I will go zoom in. Some pictures will not have ring. Some will have ring. Do you get? So I
You
knew
are
he
doing
was.
investigator.
And to believe me, I was doing this. I was
Temi
bored.
D, ta ló rán ẹ níṣẹ́?
For bored. I was trying to prove to myself that I was right. When you think you've seen somebody and you've made an assumption about what's going on, but then you're waiting for the moment like this thing, and I was waiting. I'm like, no, this way is not clean. Eventually, last, I found out they've divorced.
You tell her.
I don't even know her. I met her once or twice.
Oh, okay.
Right? But of course I was civil, but I don't know her personally. But I know only one person who knows her. And eventually, when I found out they were divorced, I bumped into him and I said, "Oh, hey, how's your?" Oh, he was going around in circles. Eventually, he had to admit that they had broken up 2 years ago. I said, "What?"
Wakanda has been
He
Wakandized.
has Wakanda is. I said, "What's happened?" He said, "One thing do I said the thing didn't make sense. Long short of it all, pretty much, he was doing his thing. She got tired of it, and she
Mm.
decided to walk away."
Mm-hmm.
And he was angry. I could sense that he was angry in the sense that he had this sense of how dare you
How dare
leave
you
it?
leave? How dare you
Yes,
leave?
yes. Like
How dare
you
you
should have
not
been.
put
You
up
should
with
have been.
this?
Yes, you should have been grateful that
Mm-hmm.
I put you in my house. You now have the effort you to work out. Who you be
Yeah.
self? Like that was the vibe I got, and it
Yeah.
was sad because you're absolutely right. Those people they marry the person who they know will put up with their BS and stay there. Where I leave you is where I will find you. But meanwhile, they go Wakanda everywhere with who they want to Wakanda with. And some people, like she said, she was just so happy to be quote unquote chosen
Mm-hmm.
that she didn't realize that she wasn't a winner in it at all. That because he chose to marry you doesn't mean you were the one who came out on top. It just meant you one that would deal with the most bullshit. Excuse my French.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a very sad one. I'm glad that he left her anyway. So I don't think, as another caller said, I don't think
There-
she would have left.
There's a
I don't think
reason,
she would have left.
people always bring this argument here that, you know, women usually file a higher percentage of the divorces everywhere in the world.
Right.
And some men use that as an argument to say that it's women that are walking out of marriage, women that don't want to stay marriage. But no, they don't look back to say, like your friend, your ex that you're talking about now, that it was Wakandaing and she got tired of it. Do you know what it takes for a woman, especially a woman of African heritage?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not talking about Igbo women. No, I'm talking about Nigerian women, especially. Marriage is a social is something that Nigerian women value marriage more than their life.
Yep.
A lot of Nigerian
Appearances.
women.
Appearances. Yep.
Yeah, it's a
But
lot.
it's a lot. But that
Yeah,
Wakanda was a lot.
yeah. The
Every other day,
Wakanda,
different place, different place, different place. I'm
yeah.
here. I'm there. You're Wakandaing,
That's
and
why
it's
when Fela's daughter yesterday was saying
yes,
that I will never
absolutely.
leave my husband because he's cheating. You can leave your own. Don't judge me. I was like, okay, what about what comes with it? You should talk about what comes with it. No, they
I
don't want to live as well, but they don't want to buy because of diseases.
Absolutely, but I think that's the thing. In her case, she was born into that, and she was raised in it, and that's what she knows, and that's what she's chosen to continue because she believes it's part of normal life. Because she doesn't know, she knows that there probably be people who don't, but in her mind, she's been conditioned to accept that, and she
Mm,
has, right? Which is why I understood what she meant. Like, oh, why would I leave because of that? My mother didn't, so what's my own problem, right? As opposed to more people, I get it. It's one of those things where I'm like, I'm glad I dodged the bullet because the person was very charismatic as well. They can
mhm,
talk. Oh, of course, they did church, did they play instruments, did they minister, did all those things, and great job, very highly paid.
mm,
Then, if you are in that, pretty much money can never be a problem. Do you get?
mm,
And so you have to
mm,
ask yourself, are you about the appearance of what it looks like, the life you
mhm,
might get, or the nitty gritty of it? Because at night time when you're by yourself and you're sleeping by yourself because he has traveled and left you with the kids, and nobody even knows you're his wife. Do you know the people that didn't know he was married? This is my ex. Same as
mm.
Derek Jackson. They didn't know he was married. They did not know. And then someone was like, "What do you mean he's married?" I'm like, he's married, he has 2 kids. What do you mean you don't know he's married? He didn't do a big wedding.
He did it
He
codedly
didn't
so that
he
all
did
the side hen and side chicken will not know.
and to be he came to marry, he didn't tell me. He came into town, he called me, "Hey, I'm in town, what you doing?" He asked me that. I'm like, "I'm working, I'm busy." Okay, okay, okay. And then on the day he was leaving, "Oh, I'm driving by your place. Let me see your quick." I'm like, "No, I'm unavailable." And then he left. Do you know later he then told me he came into town to get married? So
Hmm.
that weekend he was looking for me to see me. I'm
Hmm.
sure he was sent to school.
Of
You won't come
course.
do you won't come do
Want to carry
marriage.
what you want
You
last
want to
time
collect
now?
before you go. He's not serious. He knows me better than that. He's not, and
Hmm.
it's sad because I know the kind of background he comes from, and
Hmm.
he didn't one of the things he hated about his dad was that Wakanda spirit, and
And
it's
he took it.
sad. It's
Hmm.
sad. It's very
Hmm.
sad because the thing. What the father did the mother, child.
Hmm.
She's not with us anymore as a result
Yeah.
of side effects of what
That's
she
what we're talking
endured.
about now. But in choosing, if you're jumping up and down that they pick me, you just know that I said it before you joined the show that you're also picking the father of your children, or the father of your children is picking you, and he's gonna copy whatever it is that he's seen. So it's a duplicate of what the father did. Why are you surprised? Why are you surprised?
I'm
Some
surprised
people go
because
through
it
that.
was something that he hated. Like
Yeah, so
it was something he didn't like, and he was resentful about, and he
yeah,
didn't want to be like that.
yeah.
But
Subconsciously
it's
he internalized it and he's living the life now.
oh my show,
Yeah,
oh
you
my
can't run.
show.
The apple does not fall far from the tree, my darling.
Ah,
That's
a
just
man
my.
of his teeth just say, "Man, don't do one more time with uncooked egg." Uncooked egg. Wait,
He said
to
you should pour. He's
hey.
giving you medication. No, he say, Temidi, drink warm water mixed with uncooked egg. Instant healing for your voice. Even me, I need it because this my voice goes off at this weekend. All this back-to-back show has an impact. Thank you, Temidi. Rest your voice, so and mind your business, okay? Thank you, my dear. Kofowala, you are last but not the least. You got to call it a day. Mm.
Hello, Auntie B.
Hi, welcome. How are
Hello.
you? Where are you joining us
Thank
from?
you. I'm calling from Peterborough, so I'm in the UK.
Okay, I don't think I've seen this name before. I love your name, Kofoworola. Nice name.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm so glad you've touched this subject. Oh my goodness, super glad because I used to watch Derek Jackson like no man's business, like, and when this whole thing came out. I was so surprised, and I think a lot of people were completely taken back by it because clearly for him that's his market, and obviously with that lady, I mean you could see the difference between what she looks like previously to what she looks like now. She's
Mm-hmm,
completely glowed up. Anyway,
mm-hmm,
all I just wanted to say really quickly, because I know you're wrapping up, but it's really just more around um, self or relationship evaluation, especially when
mm-hmm,
you're like in a long term relationship. I think it's just so important that you always assess your relationship with your spouse wherever you're at. So if because for me, that's something that I tend to do very often. I mean, I will just call it out, whatever it is. If I feel like you're not showing me much love anymore, if I feel like we're just kind of having a bit of like a tit for tat type of like thing going on. If I feel that there's bad behaviors, that certain things that have been festering for a long time, and or if I feel like you're speaking to me in a certain way that's rude or disrespectful, and I'm not comfortable with it, yeah, we're gonna thrash it out. We're gonna talk about it, and we're gonna thrash it out. And if you're not prepared to change, then and you hit the nail on the head in a lot of in this discussion, because if you're not prepared to change, then you have the lady or the man, whoever it is that's been affected by it, that's been impacted by it, needs to pivot. They need to learn how to pivot, to look at it and say, it's not working for me. If it's not working for me, then I need to be prepared to go, because once you are able to draw that line in the sand and say that you're prepared to leave, that person will either show up, and do what they need to do in that relationship, or you know everyone goes their own way. But
mm-hmm,
you have to be prepared to pivot, because if you're not prepared to pivot and you're there, it chips away at your confidence, it
mm-hmm,
chips away at your identity, and then before you know it, you just get lost, like how this woman, she completely got lost in the relationship. She got swallowed, in fact,
mm-hmm.
in that relationship. So it was really just to add on to all the amazing comments that everyone's made, including yourself. So yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, darling. I appreciate you for calling Kofoworola. Beautiful name. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate every single one of you. Give us a thumbs up, please, if you are still listening and you're still here. We got 627 people, and the likes are not even up to 300. Shanu Aje o. Give us a thumbs up. Thank you so much, everybody. I think the lessons, we're taking the lessons. Parents have a lot of work to do with parenting. This parenting thing, no easy, oh. Mhm. If you are ready to bring human beings into this world, it's a lifetime commitment. Please, let's do our best to make sure that we are raising children with healthy self-esteem. not shy and timid children. Even if they are quiet, their quietness does not mean that they don't know themselves or they have low self-esteem. You can be quiet, but you can be assertive at the same time. Yeah. Healthy dose of esteem is very, very important. Assertiveness, very important. And also standards. Absolutely. You have some non-negotiables. These are the things that are non-negotiable for me. Okay? It's all right. Don't worry. The person that will love you will still love you. They will even respect you that, okay, oh, so this girl does not just put up with anything. And she has standard. They will respect it. So please, it's very, very important that we are setting those standards and telling this our brothers, that we are not an easy pick. We've got value that we're bringing in, and as much as I respect you as my man, I appreciate you, I love you. I deserve the same level of appreciation, the same level of respect. Yeah, treat relationship like business. Hmm? Who wants to go into partnership in business where you will be bringing in 80% and the other partner will be bringing in 20%? It won't work. That's not a partnership. It won't work. At a point, the person giving 80% will be tired. Mm, you'll be tired. You would have given too much and the other person is giving little or nothing. So don't be afraid. Ask for what you want. You will get it. Even the Bible says, seek, you will find. Knock, you will receive. So don't settle. Don't just take anything. Maybe let me just grab this one now. If I don't grab this one now, maybe I not go see another one. Nah lie. Men, they everywhere. Don't always feel like this is the only man in this world. There are men. You just need to put yourself out there. You just need to know where to find them. They are out there. Okay? You need to know where to find them. We need to start talking to, especially the women that are in churches, all these sisters, because now then they form mugu pass. They cash una mugu well, like Debbie said. We'll cash una mugu because in a see spree, Holy Ghost spree. You go just think say, and they say that they receive. Receive waiting. Wait till you receive. Yeah, I don't know about that one, no. Somebody wants to marry you. Marriage is a big deal. Oh. You should be checking out their character, their personality, their values. Does it align with yours? Do you even like them? Are you friends? Can you tolerate them? So you need to do your own, make sure that outside the church that you are dating somebody and know them. Because everybody puts on, some kind of a canopy in church. People pretend. It's inside church. You see all the pretenses in this world. People can pretend. They will pretend, oh, bless you, bless you. They'll be all holier than thou. Go and see them outside church. You'll be shocked. So that goes for you, all Christian sisters in the building. Don't be a victim of Wakanda spirits or Mongo Park. We have another word. Oh, but our dictionary is increasing. Wakanda spirits. Timidi gave us a word today. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm back tomorrow. Yes, this weekend is all for, we're going to be talking. Tomorrow we're talking money. We're going to be talking money tomorrow. How many people are going to make it to that? Ify and Emeka are going to be here for us to talk money. I've been telling you guys about this for a while now. Hopefully a lot of you will make it. It's not gossip. It's not relationship. It's money. You saw what happened to Danielle. She didn't have money to pay phone bill. Don't be like that, yo. Come and learn how to earn money from multiple streams of income now so that you can pay your phone bill because itijilo bade. I didn't have a phone. I'm like, you don't have a phone? Wow. Because they couldn't pay the bill. Come and learn how to earn money to pay your phone bill tomorrow. Yeah, join us at 7 p.m. Ify and Emeka, the lovely couple over there in Canada, they'll be here tomorrow to school us, to teach us how to earn extra income. And on Monday, I have another show set up on Monday. I was going to put it on Tuesday, but Brother Bio advised me that because it's a because it's bank holiday, we should put it on Monday so that everybody can enjoy it. There's a video that is trending now. I don't know how many of you saw it. Somebody sent it to me on the Canadian group where somebody was saying that Nigerian nurses, Nigerians, once they become RN, this RN matter, that they become something else. The man was sharing his experience. We are going to be looking at that on Monday. The man was talking about RN. He said that it's becoming like a curse being a nurse in America. That once all these women when they become nurses, that is like a curse now. Their marriages must end. It's like all the RN, their marriages are breaking. Is this true? What is responsible for this? The man had quite a lot to say. I have a video of it. We'll look at it. Okay. I've been trying to see if we can, find the wife, but we cannot. I'm gonna post the video on my Instagram page. So if you check my Instagram in a few minutes from now, you will see it. So that's what we'll be looking at on Monday night. So make it a date with us. RON, all this RON palava. What will be the problem with being an RON in America? Ejo to your long. What RON do this time? Whoa. We're gonna find out what the man is accusing his ex-wife of doing. And hopefully, maybe we can get the ex-wife to say something as well. I don't know. Because it's told from, the way he made it sound. Yeah. We're going to unpack this RON wahala. Did you see it, honey babe? I posted it in the group. Yeah, I'm going to post it on Instagram. Maybe somebody will know the woman. Her name is Maureen. It is well. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all for being here. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't done so. And thanks to everybody that gave me a super chat. If you have not done so, please give me a super chat. This weekend, I'm trying. My voice is paining me already now for all these back-to-back shows. I'm going to travel again, no. If I travel now, people will not see me for the next 2 weeks. I also travel now. If people are not liking this video, so encourage me by liking and giving me a super chat so that I can stay. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow night. Have a lovely weekend. Enjoy yourself. I love you guys very much. I appreciate you. God bless you. Bye, guys. Bye-bye.